Sorry. in the driver's seat, yeah. With crippling anxiety, got no devil on my shoulder anymore, 'cause that fucker is a part of me, yeah. Spend a little time with me, yeah. I really seem to be happy, but stay a little longer and you'll find it's all a night just to get by. Lay down another bottle every night. The pills I swallow are just to get high. So when you see me smile, I'm dying inside. It's not a happy place inside my mind. I fell in love with you, I knew that I wasn't enough for you. It's true, I kept buying more stuff for you, but you left me in the dark. Break my heart, it's not that hard. I fall in love too quickly. I'm addicted to the dark. I love what isn't good for me. Break my heart, it's not that hard. I fall in love too quickly.
You know where we're going.
You can't go with that.
Welcome to the award show!
Oh,
Do you hear that Rejects guy?
He's amazing.
I can't wait till the singles turn into an album.
halfway through, we're gonna have a little concert by Rejects here live.
Someone's gonna give me a microphone.
As they should,
Or I mean him a microphone. It's not me. I'm dead. But he's amazing. All right, well, guys, welcome. We made it to halfway through the freaking season. And as you can see clearly by how elegantly we've dressed up,
Yeah, why you got a tie on?
it's the award show. Woo! Mid-season.
Let
That's
it eat,
why.
let it eat.
It's Prime. You gotta get the
We're
sponsor.
sponsored by
That's a sponsor.
Prime.
Yeah.
There we go.
So what we're gonna do,
Oh,
it's gonna be a little different. Hopefully we keep this one not crazy long,
Yeah.
because I know a lot of times our award shows go long, but I think we can keep this one good. Our
we're
plan
gonna try to
is,
rip through it.
Are you getting the echo that I'm getting? You guys hearing that?
All
right, whatever. Our plan is that's driving me crazy. Our plan is to do our rankings a little faster. We're not really gonna go over last week's matchups too much. All the like main stuff that we always take too long talking about anyway. Gonna be a lot faster because we got some awards to go over. The first awards that we go over will be fun, just so you know. So definitely stay around to at least those.
Yeah.
Preferably the whole thing, but you guys, I'm sure you watch through the
Workday.
workday.
and whatnot.
always.
So
But if you are listening and not watching, you're missing out on just incredible outfits.
incredible looking.
Tailor made for us by
Yep.
Punk Stars
Yeah. Frat
from
boys.
2005.
Frat Boys United. So you want to dig into last week real quick
Let's
and
do it.
rip through that and
Yeah.
head on to awards. So what we have going on last week?
They pull some stuff up.
Oh,
while
wow.
You guys do that.
Coleman named his team Bob Knight's Revenge.
Yeah, I didn't realize that's why he named it. He did
Yeah,
it a couple hours.
Mike just broke the news to me. Bob Knight.
R.I.P.
We almost canceled the podcast.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
almost over.
Talked about it, but
We did a little
last
pop.
week, not so great. I don't want to talk about it too much, but Robin destroyed me. 138.87. We had Coleman lose to Brad. Dalt lose to Jordan. Jordan and Dalt's matchup was one of the closer ones.
Oh, really quick, can I point out that last week the left side
right.
won every single matchup, and this week the
No,
right side
no,
won every
right.
matchup?
Yeah, I don't like it.
So now it's gonna be left next week. Who's on the left?
I'm always on the left, so that means next week I
Good
win.
week for you.
Yeah, how's that going to work?
It's gonna
Because
be
aren't
all
you?
left.
You're always. What? One of you is always on.
It
the
comes
left.
down to me. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter for the rest of you guys. It's what you see on this computer.
Okay. All right.
This computer.
Will, Logan, Jameer Gibbs them took care of that, no problem. And then CD Lamb went
I guess-
nuclear
I know,
on
dude.
Money Man Mike.
I only lost by 10 though.
A lot of
Close
sad
call.
news. So, I also jinxed myself last week, and I said I don't think I'll ever get last place. I don't know if I said it that direct, but
I don't think you were
felt-
that direct.
I felt pretty confident, so I'm gonna change it up a little bit. And Mike brought me some hot ones last dab.
Do you want a spoon?
I'm gonna regret this, but going down the hatch for this, switching it up from the old
drinking.
shotgun.
This is again because Zach got the lowest score this week.
87 points. So, woo, buddy. Wish me luck.
It's gonna be
You
hot.
just be careful.
This is gonna be rough. This stuff is the worst
Just
stuff.
be careful. You might want to put on your finger first, that way you know how much you're getting.
Chug, 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 chug.
All right, stop. That's enough.
How much do you take?
People, too much.
Oh yeah, I did too much.
Too much.
Gotcha,
Too much.
gotcha,
Too much.
gotcha. All right.
Oh wait,
we appreciate
we
that.
might lose Zach for a
Let's
little
do
bit.
this.
All right.
We appreciate that.
Oh, hang in there.
Oh my
All right.
goodness.
What's next? What we got? So, okay, those were the matchups. Here's the standings currently as it stands. Robin has closed the gap to Zach. They are now tied for first. We got a pretty big, what is it, 4-way or 3-way? 3-way tie
For
for
third?
third.
Yeah. One game back, all those guys.
And then another 2-way
How much
tie
did
for the
we-
last playoff spot. Yeah, 2-way tie for the last playoff spot. And then you got us 3 back here. And if you are back there, you know who you are. Kevin said he missed the beginning. What do you miss? I think you can rewind on this. So you should be able to
you
rewind and
missed
see it.
nothing, Kevin.
Oh wow, they called us the loser pod.
We all did lose this week.
You didn't miss much.
Man, it's hot in here.
The pod lost.
Yeah, all right, hang in
Dude,
there.
it's
You
hot
also-
too.
in
Oh,
case you
Kevin,
missed
you
it.
missed Zach taking the
The last dab.
dab from Hot Ones for his punishment
for
this week.
last
so.
place. Yeah. So Logan said nothing, which means we weren't as entertaining as we wanted to be at the beginning. So
Yeah, really nothing.
we're gonna,
just
we're gonna have to
enjoying
break out the dance number.
it. Yep. Yeah.
So yeah. So let's do. We want to go quickly over trades, right? Do we want to do that?
Yeah, let's run through trades real
Quickly.
quick. We had 2 of them this week.
We gotta get to these awards.
Let me go
though.
to my sheet. Sorry.
I got some trades here. So
I
I can
traded.
start.
So Zach and Brad had a trade. It was Alexander Madison for Jerry Jeudy and Michael Thomas. So very minor trade. Zach received Madison and Brad received Jerry Jeudy and Thomas. To me, this is really a nothing trade. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly. It's
I think
I'm
Zach.
all in on Madison.
Zach
I
needed
think-
running backs. Zach got what he wanted to
I
get.
honestly think Madison is
I hate
on
that he
his
can't
way
flip
out a
from here.
little bit. I think it's going to become a more timeshare with Akers. So,
Just look at the outfits. That's all you need to know from the beginning.
all
right.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing much.
Nothing much
I
for
mean,
that trade.
Madison doesn't really do much for your team. I mean, does he? Just bye-week replacement?
Most likely, just a little depth.
Running back was his issue. All right, move on. Don't ask that questions.
All right, we gotta rush it that much.
Yeah, I got rushed that.
What,
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna take a long time.
We're
once we get
okay
in.
though.
Well, Jake, this next one's we'll talk about a little bit because that was a minor one. Like that was just pretty much a crush and just bench players. So our next trade
Weren't there
was
4?
between,
Weren't there 4 trades?
I only have C2. Was there 4?
Oh, I thought
What
you
do you
said
see
4.
up there?
I'm sorry, I thought he said 4.
Oh.
I'm not. I can't read that from this far away.
Our next trade was between Coleman and Logan, which actually helped Logan win this week.
Did it?
Yeah. So
I looked it up too.
Fuck,
It was.
dude, this motherfucker every
it,
time.
It wouldn't
he put
affect
this-
Coleman.
no, it wouldn't affect.
It would have made it really close had he. If he didn't start Nico, but
But it did affect me.
I believe so, but
Fuck.
Coleman.
Well,
Coleman.
no, yeah.
So Logan received Jameer Gibbs and Olave, and then Coleman received Josh
no, I
Jacobs,
don't think-
Deontay Johnson.
Both
I lost by
matchups
30.
would have been really close.
I
Yeah.
lost
It would
by
have been
30.
closer, but yeah. So Coleman received Jacobs and Deontay Johnson. Logan received Jameer Gibbs and Olave. So with Logan's team set
It's-
up,
it
he had
really
David
does-
Montgomery.
It seems like he did that to win this week.
100%. Yeah, I heard he took
He
The-
took the 9th thing personally.
Yeah, he said I want to make sure I wasn't 9th or 10th place. I
Well,
mean.
congratulations, you did it. All right.
But I mean,
Looking
I will
back
say Jameer Gibbs seems like he's excelling, right? And then he has, the Lions backfield, so how
I'll
Montgomery is. He gets injured, so he has the backup with it now. So
I'll believe Gibbs is actually a real thing when I see it. Otherwise, for me,
well, he's a real thing when Montgomery's out.
when Montgomery's out, but Montgomery's back next
He's a real
game.
thing talent wise, but where does the
That's what I'm
fantasy
saying.
thing sustain?
Real
and
fantasy
then
thing.
Logan owns Montgomery as well.
That's-
So is he starting them both? Is he? What's his
I
situation?
would assume you would start Montgomery until you were told otherwise. Is the way I would approach it, but
Yeah.
maybe he'll approch it different. Maybe he'll start both.
And they're going into the
I
bye
think it's gonna
week.
be so hard not to start
do they-
Gibbs when it's.
I think it's 50-50, honestly.
I think it's
Like,
gonna be a nightmare decision. I think it's gonna be a nightmare.
Yeah,
I think it gets to the point you're almost starting to both. I think it's going to be at that point.
I honestly think he might start both.
Because Montgomery's going to get
Maybe.
touchdowns, and then you're expecting Gibbs to do the big plays.
I can't
Kevin
remember
said he'd
his-
rather have Gibbs at this point, which that's surprising.
than
to me.
Jacobs.
I'd rather have Jacobs.
I think I'd rather have Jacobs too.
Is that what he's talking about, or was it a different part of the conversation?
Gibbs, he's talking about.
You might be talking about Montgomery.
Yeah.
He might be talking about the Montgomery piece
Oh, okay.
of it. Clarify it.
Yeah, see, that's tough too.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Montgomery at this point than Gibbs.
I think
because
I'd rather have Gibbs, but it's close. I see
no
where
one.
Gibbs coming from.
They were. I
I don't know
mean,
how you
Gibbs
do
has
shit.
had the talent.
You're unreal.
Logan said probably starting them both. Got a couple big buys coming up. Okay, well that makes sense with the buys and stuff. But I think I lean Montgomery because of just the workhorse mentality they have. And I think they want to limit Gibbs' touches to let him flourish later in his career rather than right now. So
the other thing that's interesting in it is Deontay Johnson and Olave, which are compared
Yes.
to the other two
Yeah.
are kind of throwaways, but also they're not.
Oh, they're not throwaways.
Yeah.
I think Olave was a big win as well.
I think
it's-
Deontay is
You
the
almost
win.
view them the opposite. I think you almost
Really?
have to compare Jacobs and Olave to Deontay and Gibbs.
I can't
Really?
I can't in good consciousness say that Olave's been just. I don't know why that stops. Why does Olave start being good all of a sudden?
I think the
If he moves
volume.
his helmet.
I think the volume there is undeniable.
Well, Deontay also has the undeniable
Yeah.
volume.
I would say I think it's a push, honestly, because I'd rather have Jacobs than Gibbs, but I'd rather have Olave than Deontay Johnson. So let's make this a fair trade, right? But I'd much rather have Olave than Deontay Johnson. You guys would rather have Deontay Johnson?
No, I view it the same way. I almost had to compare Jacobs and Olave
I would.
with Deontay Johnson and Gibbs.
But I just-
I got you.
I'm just not a. I am one of the few people that's so off board and always has been on the Olave train. I
Really?
don't. I'm sure. I always have the random people I just for some reason don't like, and he's one of them. I don't see it.
Olave is someone I would love to have just
It's just
for the volume.
it's just
aspect.
shocking because he did so well last year, and then now he's in Derek Carr. You just think things are gonna be
Well,
a
Rashid
positive.
Shaheed's the big guy. The guy who gets the long ones, and the guy who gets the short ones in the end zone are Michael Thomas
Thomas
and
Kamara.
Kamara. So Olave's really just the middle of the field guy, and he's not the breakaway guy.
Yeah,
So it's weird there.
I get it. Yeah,
A lot of weapons for not a high-powered offense.
I think it's a push, honestly. So I mean,
I thought it was a fair trade for both of them.
Very
and it
fair.
took care
Good
of what
trade.
each of them needed. I feel that Coleman, he wanted Jacobs. I mean, Deontay Johnson gives him the depth he wanted, but I think
Yeah.
he feels confident with Jacobs. Where
he
did
was
not
searching
feel-
for a running back too.
He did
right?
not want
So-
Gibbs on his team.
No,
The
he
way
didn't.
his team was made up, he didn't
No, he
want
didn't.
Gibbs.
So maybe his role expands, but we'll see.
Time will tell.
Maybe. Let's so
Pull up waivers, but this was by far just a bye week
the
waiver.
worst waivers I've ever seen. Or
Yeah.
did anyone put $1 on a single bid?
$5 to Njoku was the highest.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I mean,
I mean, there was no one really out there. Like
there's a lot of mid guys out there, but nobody.
Like-
Everyone knew you could get them for nothing.
Yeah, there's really nobody that you would break the bank for, and people
No.
don't have money.
Yeah,
That's another
yeah.
thing. People are running out of money. But yeah, I look at the waiver wire and I was like, I don't even think I'm gonna put a bid in this week because like it just there was no one glaring out
Yeah.
there.
I don't see the $5 one.
It was Njoku I saw.
It's
from
Brad.
Yeah,
I can see it over here, can't
definitely the weakest
I? Okay, I
week
see.
we've had.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, I didn't
There's
know
not much
Dobbs
to
was
say
on
about it.
waivers. I missed that.
yeah, I got it.
How? Who put him on waivers? Well, it doesn't. I'm shocked he was on
Robin was
waivers.
the last one to own him, to my knowledge. So
He's been good.
They've been all right.
I guess he did have a 0.9 week in there, but actually, yeah, he's been okay. All right,
He's all right. Yeah, but nothing really to write home about. for the
nothing
future
to write home
future
about.
weeks about. It's been kind of a quiet week, honestly. So we'll see if it ramps up.
Already.
When's the trade deadline?
Week 14, 13.
I think
12.
it's week.
12.
I think,
Is
yeah.
it week 12? So we got 3 weeks.
I'm so close.
So all right.
We are going to do rankings, but they're just going to be a lot quicker. Did I skip something there?
No, well, I mean,
No.
we got matchup to talk about as well.
I didn't pull anything up on my
You're good.
computer.
You're good.
We are going to do rankings, but they're going to be a lot quicker version of rankings. Probably the way rankings were designed to be, because we all get way too opinionated.
No,
Not too, like,
No,
it
I-
needs to be somewhere in between.
I think it's good to discuss them because there's a reason people move up or down, right? And that's
No, I
the key
agree.
point of why.
of what
I
changed
think sometimes
this
we
week.
go too long.
Yeah.
When you get
of
into the
course.
matchups, we'll talk more about the teams. We don't
Yeah.
necessarily need to talk about teams. We just need to talk about what put them in this situation this week. Which, coming in at 10th place, we have Will Stan. He had the battle for ninth with Logan.
Consistency.
And,
Consistency is key.
he
Yes.
did. You
It's
didn't make
key.
it
It's going
happen.
to bring me the championship this year.
I guess
As long as I stay consistent.
I guess what we'll try to do is summarize their season so far in like a minute. Just real quick synopsis of how
IR.
All right, I got it.
IR.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. Chubb,
Hmm.
Wilson, who else?
Not
A-Chain,
not the best
Herbert.
draft
Richardson.
in between picks.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to that.
Yeah, we will get to that. But yeah,
Actually,
I'd
my
say
in-between picks are really good.
Like round 4.
we'll get
Round
to that.
4, yeah.
We'll get
other
to
than that, my in-between picks are good. Round 4 and 6, not good.
Okay. Those are the two that stuck out to me. So
Moving on.
coming
Number
in at number
9.
9, we have a faller of 2 positions. Coleman.
Q Manchu.
Ku Manchu. So He's 2-6, right? I think he's up there with points for though. I think he's in the. I think he's actually around.
I think he's
the ballpark
yeah.
of mine, honestly.
He is competing because he has some big weeks.
I just think the way the schedule's falling for him, it's a little bit unfavorable, but
Yeah, he's doing pretty
it
good.
comes with the flows. But
He's at 881, so he's right in the mix.
He's
You,
right in
Dalt,
the mix.
him are all in the.
those tend to even themselves out, right? So I think he'll move up from 9th at some point here.
I'm at 736.
So how would you summarize his season so far?
We're gonna get to it.
We're gonna get to it. Yeah.
He had.
I guess we'll just wait on that then.
Yeah, well, but it's hard because it's so far. I think you're hitting on the real key points. But he had
Stubborn.
He had the biggest hits.
No, yeah.
And he had the
I'll say
biggest
stubborn.
fumbles. And it's showing. But right now, I think it's matchups, and we're gonna get to that as well. I mean, he had some tough losses.
I think he has guys that people want in trades that he can get more value for than they actually might be worth. That he's not trading because he's, which I get because he's always traded too much.
But no, I don't also agree with that because what got him here is those are his guys, so he has faith.
What
in
got
his
him
guys.
to 2-6?
What is the emoji next? What's the emoji next to Logan's name?
I don't see an emoji. Oh, the poop.
Poop dollar.
Because he's had a lot of points scored
Is
against.
that what that means?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that-
next it's a poop sign.
Mine's a laugh.
I think it's because you have the most.
No, it's poop.
No, mine. I was trying to see who else had one.
Yeah. Why is it a laugh?
That's weird.
Because you're
a lot of points. All right.
That's funny.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail it, but
Next up would be our boy named.
The other 2 and 6
Or
going
girl.
up one position.
yeah, whatever you
Logan
decide.
at number 8.
He sent us rankings and then he told us what everybody's record would be, and it was pretty crazy, honestly. I think it was you and Robin would be 2 and 6 with
Zach would
Logan,
be 3 and 5. Robin would be 2 and 6.
with Logan's schedule. So
Yeah.
that sums it up.
He
Right
does have a
there,
lot of
how-
points against.
how the season's going a little bit, but
But he had a nice little bye week against me, like everybody else does.
I didn't.
Sorry.
Good
I did it.
I accidentally started your demise, apparently.
You did good. You did good.
But yeah, he's we mentioned
Oh,
it.
somebody else did.
It's the points against at this point in time, but hopefully he's finding his stride, making some trades. Obviously, he has a big matchup this week with some big key players on a bye, so
It'll be
to
interesting.
see how he pops off this week. So, but
So far, we're along the lines of the standings. Coleman has more points, so he's actually ahead in the standings,
Yes.
but they're the same record. So who is number 7 in our rankings? Is the
in
question.
the rankings,
Stays
we
with the
have
standings.
Brad at 7, who moved up one position. So yes, following the sleeper standings.
So Brad had a couple really bad weeks in a row and then came back with a banger this week.
yeah. But yeah, he was actually competing with you with points against
Also,
until this week.
An interesting fact of
Me.
not to mention the rankings from Logan, but he said Brad would be 4 and 4 with his schedule.
That's an
Actually,
so it's
which
like-
is very
it's the-
interesting.
Well, because
Brad's
you
had boom
pop off.
weeks,
Yeah,
and then
because
dud weeks.
because Brad's points for aren't crazy, but it's because he's got 2 really low weeks
Mhm.
that are really kind of making that. So I mean, you take a loss in that week no matter what.
Yeah, so he's
Which
having
one-
the boom and bust weeks,
which
right?
one week was by far
Yeah.
one of the biggest bipocalypse weeks.
Yeah,
But
We
then,
didn't
but
see.
then he happened to, without the bipocalypse week, come back
Yeah.
and do the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. That's what you think you're gonna.
That's
figure
where it was
yourself out
like,
of that.
wait.
Whoa, maybe this
I
is the
waited
new-
so long to have my full team back.
This is the new norm. But obviously he dealt with the Saquon and Eckler thing right out of the gate. But his team looks like it has promise.
definitely promise.
Yep, lots of promise.
Promise.
Now that the
Promise.
rankings stay true to the rankings.
This is where it is. Number 6 is staying the same as
Stay
last
new!
week. Same as Sleeper. We have
Sorry, I haven't been clicking on your
Dalt.
teams, guys. That's not bad. Dalt. Clicking on teams will make us
Dolphin.
linger sometimes.
It does.
Yeah, it does make it linger.
It
That's
does.
Dalt's team for you guys. We don't see it.
Yeah.
Um,
So Dalt's right in the midst of the points for with the 887. He's right in that range, but he's starting to find his form. So it's very interesting because he's starting to score a lot of points. AJ Brown.
AJ
looks
Brown is
like,
a dog.
the
you
best
think-
wide receiver in the league.
do you
What
think
was it? It's like a week or two ago where you said you would rather have somebody over AJ Brown, like a lot of people over
No.
AJ Brown.
No, it
You
was-
did not put AJ Brown in the top 5. That's what it was.
No, it was something else.
You said AJ Brown was
it
not
had
top
to be
five.
something
AJ
else.
Brown. Yeah, it wasn't.
It was.
I don't think.
I think
so.
it might have been.
It was AJ Brown was not in the top 5.
It was.
I'm
I think
gonna
it was
find it.
Derrick Henry.
No, it was
we
AJ
were
Brown.
arguing about.
No, we had a big AJ Brown conversation.
I don't think
It wasn't AJ Brown.
I promise it was.
I'm a big AJ Brown.
We're gonna find this.
We can.
You
You're
said
right.
AJ Brown. What he traded for AJ Brown or
It was
something?
Cup.
Yeah. what was it
No,
called?
it's Amon-Ra.
Amon-Ra. Yeah, you said
Yeah.
not as good as AJ Brown.
I think.
Or you said AJ Brown is not as good as Amon-Ra.
I think they are comparable. Yeah, I think they're in
They-
the same.
I don't
I think they're in
think
the
so.
same tier.
I mean, Amon
Oh,
Ra
I
is
disagree.
near, but definitely AJ Brown is higher. in that
Yeah,
sense.
but
look
I
at what
will-
happened. You put up one team, and we start derailing.
You're right. I'm sorry.
I will
We'll talk
say
about it later.
AJ Brown is on a
Unreal.
historic
Sick.
5-week.
That's how you know he's good.
I know, but if you look at Amon-Ra, he's in that tier to me.
He's only played like a season. Okay, I'm sorry. Stop. I'm stopping.
Although I
do
will
think
say, Amon Ra is higher than Calvin Johnson in his first 40 games or whatever.
There you go.
It was
But
very
Calvin
interesting.
Johnson played with the 0-17
Yeah.
Lions.
Yeah, so. But Dalt looks like he's doing well. We always get into his team, and it always seems like it shouldn't be producing the way
Well, he's
it
in the
is.
final playoff
but
spot,
when
which
you
is
have
really
AJ
nice.
Brown and Travis Kelsey, it's
He's also got an award
Pretty
was coming
good.
up later that might surprise you.
To be
To
To be continued.
And-
All right, now do we stay with the rankings again? Because 5 on those standings is Mike.
and falling 3 positions.
Oh, it's Mike again.
Mike.
Wow, we're on fire.
Yeah, fire.
All right, Mike. Man, fall from grace over here.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
You use this as fire, motivate your players.
I'm very comfortable where I'm at, honestly.
Ooh, wow.
I think I'm
Not
gonna
even
get
fire.
it.
He's
Go ahead,
just
keep talking about that.
I love what I saw from Joe Burrow. You know.
Yeah,
love
agree.
Seeing
I
that,
agree.
Kincaid looks like he's gonna pan out. Just
for
you
a
know,
couple weeks.
yeah.
couple weeks. That's
Yeah.
all
I think Kincaid probably pans out all year.
No, it looks like it's good, but yeah, it's very interesting that Mike started the season on a 5-6 week straight, almost unanimous 1 vote. So just have a couple rough weeks to kind of fall down, see where he bounces back. Will, you did this.
Game
to
of runs.
You did this to him.
The big question. No, it wasn't me.
you.
It was you.
It was you.
Oh,
I-
It was you.
I'm the one who just added on top.
Yeah.
That was,
He lost to the best team in the league and we lost the worst team in the league.
hey, I'm consistent.
All right, so do we stay the same?
Going up
We do!
2 positions. Purple Mosquito Man.
Wow.
Purple mosquito,
This
man.
is
Don't click on the
crazy.
team. Yeah, this has got to be the closest it's ever stayed to standings. I wonder how long that continues.
I will say, just because so everyone doesn't think that everyone in the league looked at the rankings and put them in, there was
This is based on
3
average.
3 sets of groups of 2 that were 0.1 apart. So like, second and third 0.1 apart, fifth and 6th 0.1, so on and so forth. It was very close, but it does appear that it is nearly following the sleeper stats. But how do we feel about Jordan's team? What's got him here?
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that.
Jordan's team, I feel like all year has been a team that I figured would be around here, and it took him a while to get here, but now I think he is there. So that's how I feel about Jordan's team.
I just.
It's just interesting the journey.
Please expand upon that one.
No, that's my analysis.
So you thought he'd be here. He's here.
It took him a long time because he was not performing, but he knows Kamara's panning out.
That's the key, because I think the players that we thought were going to stay on his team or be the pivotal part of his team aren't that, because usually he's not a big trader. He's traded a lot, made some solid moves. I think he's had 2 trades.
How's Derrick Henry doing? Not too bad, honestly.
I guess
too good.
not too bad when he's your RB2 now and Kamara's your RB1. You know.
Alright.
But
Ridley is poop.
Ridley looks good this week, though.
I like Ridley.
I mean, Ridley appears he catches a touchdown every week, but
Did he get a
just-
touchdown?
No,
I
I'm
don't
just
think he's
saying
been getting
he
touchdowns.
gets them. He's out of bounds. So
Oh, I gotcha.
every time. So, but definitely another team that's kind of on the rise. But he did talk some massive
Yeah, Ridley is poop.
smack to Dalt about winning off an injury. So
Oh,
I
Burrow.
got you.
Dalt took that burst
I
away.
got
I
you,
don't blame
Dalt.
him.
Yeah, I got
I
you,
don't blame him
Dalt.
either.
Waller.
Fuck Jordan. He
Yeah.
should be lower.
Get
in
a
the rankings.
dartboard of his
Yeah,
face.
but that whole Waller v. Dalt v. Jordan is that's a nasty situation. We've been talking about
I heard
it for
Waller's
9
gonna be out
weeks.
for a while.
Them hammies have been brutal this year.
He hit the waivers in my other league, one of my other leagues.
Really?
That's surprising to me. Could you see that happening in ours?
Man got Hawk.
In the other league? Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Hawk.
Okay.
Yeah. So-
All right, moving on to number 3, and I'm just gonna spoil it. It stays the same as the standings. So the last
Caterpillar.
chance for this to change is Zach and Robin later. But
Yes.
we got Kevin coming in at number 3 in the rankings.
He is the second highest scoring team.
I feel like this is
And-
something Kevin does a lot. He gets a really high scoring team that I don't see necessarily being quite as high. Like, I always see it as good, but I don't see it being as high scoring as it gets.
Well, I think it's a consistent.
I'll tell you what it is.
factor.
It's Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, that helped.
The highest scoring player in fantasy, I think, or maybe second.
Kevin said boo.
Yeah.
Did you think you'd be higher than third?
Did you think you were gonna be? Yeah.
Maybe just all of it. Maybe he's booing what Will said.
I think I put you in fourth, Kevin. Sorry, buddy.
I think I put Kevin third. That seems like a right spot. I think that feels like a good spot for him.
I think I put him
The standings would agree with you.
third.
Yeah,
So.
and that is the proof in the
But he
pudding.
moved up one from last week, so he's back in the top 3, solidifying himself there.
Poo-poo
He's
running
liking
backs on that team.
the
boy.
Mike Fall. I will
He
say
says I haven't scored under 100 all season.
he's consistent. He is the 100, 110, 120 point team, but
You can't complain too much about not being ranked past where you are in the
This
standings.
is itchy as fuck.
That's because you're not wearing a shirt, and it's cheap.
That
That was a Coles one. This
That's
one wasn't
Italian.
cheap, but that one was cheap.
thanks to our tailor,
Yeah, thank
Mr.
you. Joe.
Schumann.
Get 2 suits that don't fit me, 2
100
jackets that don't fit me, too big, too small.
100 points ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. Gotta score 115.
Yep, Logan's right.
That's not true either, though. 115, you don't always win.
It's
We'll get to something like that later, because yes,
Yeah.
we
We have seen that.
We'll
so.
get to
we will get to
He's so
that.
excited for all this stuff.
I'm just ready for the award.
All right,
You guys are gonna like the awards.
the big one. The big one coming in at number 2.
The rankings stay the same.
What'd you do? Drum roll after you said the rate?
I don't know. You guys just died on me when I did it. so
Well, I didn't really know where
must
I thought you were bringing in like a second wave to it.
I thought you were gonna keep talking while I did the thing.
Robin is still number 2. So he took down the number 1 team last
So the
week.
only rankings that were different were Logan and Coleman. That's the only ones that aren't actually with the standings.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Early on. Yep. So
Yeah, so I mean, it's obvious you're one, obviously,
The
but
Caterpillar is coming for you, Logan. Logan's
just-
already dealt with.
he don't care. He just sends that bug out to
don't like
anyone.
that caterpillar.
Yeah, whoever's at his throat, he goes after him. So hottest team in the league, though,
very
Robin.
much
6-game win streak.
6-game win streak, 0-2 to 6-2. He does have some buys this week, has a big matchup, but his team has found its form. I mean, you got Waddle
Yeah.
performing, you got Hall, ETN, you just got everyone. So
yeah, he's got all the hot
does
players.
Kyle Pitts get a big boost now with a new QB?
Probably.
Very interesting. So hot team, hot players. I'll let you make the judgment on the man himself.
Amen.
That's
That's for you to decide how you feel about
This is
it.
not a knock against him because he would have won against a lot of people most of these weeks. But I just went back and looked, and his matchups since week 3.
Well, you pretty much kind of said that with Logan's
Right.
aspect.
Yeah. That's why I was curious.
Yeah.
80, 90, 116, good week, and I think another good week here. 106, and then I think it's 2 more under 100. 69
Yeah.
and 87. However, he scored high in some of those, so it really is not. But it is. But I think it's the reason that you got ranked higher than him. I think it's just because your team, I think people think might be a little bit more powerful.
Yeah.
The gap's
He's more
definitely-
consistent.
Well, I think the gap's just closed between the two, but I do think Zach's firepower is a little higher than
The firepower.
And I think Robin kind of went through what I did at the beginning of the year. Like, he had some injuries and things he had to come back from and build his team. So we went through the journey of just seeing him slowly creep up. Now he's there. So what does he do now? I think he has to prove it like one more time. Not necessarily just the one matchup, solidify it. I think if he does it again, then the conversation grows just a little bit more.
Actually, 3 people have scored over 100 on him, Logan. But if you're talking about just his wins, yes. But in week 1, he got over 100 scored on him. But if you do go look at the standings, I think he's not crazy, but like his points against aren't like super low, are they?
Yes,
Oh,
per se.
His
I mean,
points 4 is 918.
They're all-
but his
Yeah.
points 4 are good. Yep, his points 4 are good.
Like he's in that ballpark with those 4, right? 918 from him,
Yeah.
932 from Kevin.
He's the lowest of the
920
4, but he's
yeah.
higher than everybody else.
But like, I mean, he played me and I scored 87. It's like when I
So
played
that just
Mike,
shows that
it
Logan's schedule is really hard because he's the 4th highest scoring team in the league. Still, Robin is, and he says Robin with Logan's schedule would be 2 and
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just how your team. Like Brad would be 4-4 though, and he's like.
Oh,
the
it all
second.
comes down.
Yeah,
It all comes down.
it's the luck factor.
It all
in
comes down to
fantasy.
luck.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just
At
how.
the end of the day, it's 60% skill and 40% luck. It's probably what it is, and 100% reason to remember that. So.
For my...
About how much pleasure?
Can we talk about the number 1 team, please?
No,
I
I think
don't want
that's
to
it.
talk about that
Okay.
team, but no. I mean, you did take a hit, but I still think you justify the
Staying number
seed.
one
But
after an 80, after the
I do
lowest
want
one
to
of the week
know,
is interesting.
how are you feeling with the injuries? Are you like
I feel a
worried
lot
little
better
bit?
that Dobbs got traded.
Yeah.
I will say the 40% luck that Kirk Cousins got hurt right before the trade deadline was phenomenal. Because if not,
Yeah.
I think it would have been Colt McCoy. And I feel a lot better, I think, with Dobbs versus
Yeah.
Colt McCoy. I really thought it was going to be Jameis Winston or
McCoy's their backup?
Jacoby.
Winston would have been. Winston
Would
would
have
have
been that
been
Hall
really
guy,
nice.
wouldn't it?
Colt McCoy is available on
I got you.
open market. So
I actually don't think I would have minded Colt. I remember when Colt McCoy backed up
not too bad.
the Cardinals, and it was kind of nice
Yeah.
for Hopkins.
Not too bad.
It just it limit the Jefferson factor maybe a tad bit.
I just had to see it because
But
he
it's
did it
gonna
with
be interesting.
Marquise Brown, and I just don't know what the approach is. But there's no doubt, like
Yeah.
I took a hit. You know, I took that.
Yeah, a slight hit
yeah.
with it.
I took that
Jefferson will
Aaron
still
Rodgers
be
kind of a
lead,
hit, but you're just lucky that there's just someone else. But when you have star players like that,
but someone be calling you out in the chat.
oh my gosh,
I think I'm ready.
Take a gander. Not number one after next week when you get beat again. Shit. Are you
man,
playing
he's
him?
on fire. Okay,
He don't like you.
Man,
Don't let him
I was
stall
gonna
it.
stick with the Hingle McCringleberry, but I'm gonna draw up a name for you. I'm tired of you, man.
I think I'm ready.
What are you ready for the awards?
I think I'm
My
ready.
Is it
points.
award time?
My points.
I have a
forward
graphic set up just for
speak
this.
themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
You're number one for a reason.
Yeah.
Award!
This guy. Logan, you're just lucky I don't play you when JJ comes
Should I
back.
do full screen for the awards? We don't have anything to put on the thing, do we?
We can do we do full screen. So we're ready. Are we doing the podium? All right.
Are we doing the podium? You want? I don't think it'll fit.
Yeah, we do it right here.
I'll pass the mic.
No, we'll do it right here. Here. It probably won't work, but.
Oh no, we got matchups.
Oh yeah, we do have a matchup. Let's not.
Gosh,
Yeah, the podium's too small. No podium.
you were just too
No,
good for these awards.
I thought we weren't doing matchups.
We still have to talk about it real quick.
Oh, the what we picked.
And we got.
Yeah,
Let's
gotta
do it really
it.
fast because that did take longer than it should. Because we got a lot of awards.
What do you want to do tonight? Just play Madden? You just want to hang out? What you got going on?
I just don't want the pod to be really long.
I
But
want it to be 3 hours.
I just know you. I remember one time it did go like 3 hours.
It did. I dressed up for this
It
one.
will go 3 hours, but let's rip through the matchups real quick, and then we'll dive into the awards.
I'm just looking out for
So,
wanna
matchups
get
this
to it.
week.
8-hour workday for him.
Yeah, Mike is sure.
Logan
He
did.
didn't know.
Because
It's because he's got it buttoned up. Why do you have it buttoned up?
if not, it'll be.
There you go. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, there we go.
Get loose with the awards. You know what? No, actually, no. I like
to go with it.
It's a good
So,
golfing shirt.
All right, we're gonna keep it very short and
He
sweet.
said awards, no matchup, but let's just rip through matchup real quick so we can keep track of everybody.
Kevin is winning the overall with 10-5. Who do we got winning between Brad and Dalt?
I like Brad this week because I think Dalt has a couple buys. So
Why is Dahl projected to win?
Please explain this to me.
No, Dahl is no buy. Not a single one.
pulled up on the big one.
It is.
It's not. You got us.
Oh, sorry.
You got Yuchi.
Dahl has 0 buys.
It's not buys. It's Darren Waller
Yeah.
hurt.
Okay, I got Brad then.
I don't think that the Waller thing affects.
It's a big deal to me.
He has to start Odell Beckham.
I got Dalt.
Um,
He's projected to win. Projections are never wrong.
give me Brad.
Brad is favored, 67% in the league.
All right. What's the next one you guys
Zach
got?
Logan.
I'll take Zach.
Yeah, I'll take
Man.
Zach as well.
Who you taking, Zach?
And Logan's got Gibbs
You
and
take yourself?
Montgomery and Laporta on bye. So that's
Yeah, you got a lot of buys.
That's tough.
Oh, what do I want to win more? You know, like, do I?
Just take yourself. You know you need to.
I'm gonna take myself. 100%.
100% Zach this week.
God, I hate that.
Me versus Robin. Is
Did
it
Logan not pick himself?
No,
Oh damn.
no.
Is it? Oh, who is it? It's.
Mike versus Robin. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna pick me because fuck it. I'm gonna win this week. I need it. So
You got buys going on?
we both do.
Yeah, it's a
actually a
very-
really interesting
It's a
matchup.
very It's like really showing the strength of their team without their like
Superstar.
per se superstar. He still has Diggs though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Robin because projections are never wrong.
Amen.
I think I'm gonna take Mike.
Appreciate
'Cause
you.
I believe.
Thank you, sir.
You know.
67% of the league. Thanks, Robin. So maybe we get an advantage there. We got next Coleman versus Will.
It's the battle of the beef.
I got Coleman.
I got Coleman too. I'm starting Jordan Love. Because I was gonna get Gino. That's the one. I was gonna get Gino for 0, but you got Gino for 0. One of you guys got Gino. For
Yeah,
0.
I got him for next week. You need Gino?
I needed him this week.
Let's talk about a trade,
I don't
man.
need him next week.
Gosh, you gotta start KJ still too.
I like a deal. We'll do it. You can have him next week.
We'll do a flippy flop. Man, but does Gus Edwards fall in the end zone 5 times?
I think more like
It's
3.
a possibility.
Okay, 3. I'm gonna.
Gus Edwards' projections do need to go up though. Come on, fix that problem.
Man,
He's
Will,
projected.
Coleman.
He's
Just pick
projected like
I gotta
the same
take
as
Coleman.
Pierce.
All right, so everybody picked Coleman.
Nope, me.
Oh, except Will.
I'm taking me.
And then our last matchup, real quick, Kevin versus Jordan.
I miss Mothman's Revenge. Bob Knight he was old. He died a happy life.
I'm gonna pick Jordan this week, and Kevin gets sub 100 for the first time this year. 'Cause he called it
Oh,
out. You never say stuff like that because it's like Beetlejuice. You
I don't know.
I feel like Jordan's projection's kind of bullshit. Seems low.
man, Kamara's up to 16 though. That's been a long time since I've seen that.
I'm
is
gonna
it
take Jordan.
Hill is projected 2.69.
Taysom.
Taysom Hill? Is
What
that
the-
correct?
Is he hurt? Is his questionable?
Oh.
Dealing with a hip issue.
Interesting.
That's crazy low though. He's tight end 10.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Jordan.
Give Tyreek with the revenge game. Give me
I said 9 o'clock. That's such a bummer. The best game of the year
yeah.
is at
It's
9 o'clock.
So bad that's on there. Give me Kevin. Who'd you take, Mike?
I picked Jordan.
Okay.
Everyone picked Kevin except Dalton and I.
and me.
now Will.
And you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Keep forgetting about me, man.
I don't forget about you. I got a lot
So the best record was Kevin, and the worst picker currently is Brad at 4-11, but it is a close
Where am I?
fight. You are 6-9 with the group, 15 and 20 overall.
All right, we ready for awards?
Let's do it!
Mid-season award.
Mid-season awards.
Good luck to everyone this week. We're turning back the clock.
And
We're
good
talking
luck in
about
your
the
awards.
first 8 weeks.
We have an award for each individual person.
Turning back the clocks, I should have made it. I should.
Do we want to start with?
We got some fun ones that we came
We'll
up
go
with.
reverse ranking. We'll go top to bottom ranking order. So
Good news is you all get one. But it's not because we planned it that way. It just happened to be this way. Because we had all these awards planned and then it just happened to fall out this way.
All right, so we want to start off with Will then.
no, we'll do reverse. Go top bottom.
So we'll start with Zach.
Yes.
All right, so Zach gets the award.
Well, what we should do for the rest of it, we should say the award name first and then the person who gets it.
Okay.
So for this, it just since we know it's Zach, Zach gets the Used Car Salesman Award.
Appreciate that.
Congrats, buddy.
Now,
You're good at shipping off
I like old broken
old
things.
cars
Or-
and buying old cars.
He's
you know,
really good at selling
fixing
stuff
them up and,
and picking up. Yeah,
getting them
exactly.
going.
He'll sell a working Honda Civic to get a slightly broken needs an oil change
We'll
Ferrari.
see if the chat can guess who too. So our next award is the Hostage Negotiator.
Oh, I told we were doing.
The
Okay,
shit-
we
it'll be
can't.
too long of a delay. For
Well,
me.
we also can't do ranking order, otherwise we're gonna do everyone is.
Yeah,
But
just
just do it
randomly.
random. Yeah.
So
I was putting them in rank. Yep.
we'll do Hostage Negotiator Award.
This is the Hostage Negotiator
What
Award.
does that criteria mean? Whatever it means to you, Kevin.
What does that criteria mean? Okay, so
So this person.
we'll give a little bit of details
Yeah.
on what Hostage Negotiator Award means.
I think
and then
Kevin
people will
took
start
it personally
honing
'cause
in
he feels
on
like
it.
he's the trade guy.
So a Hostage Negotiator Award happens to be somebody who might be putting trades out there, but then when they
No,
feel how hot, or sorry,
he's feeling how hot it is.
right, he's
there.
feeling how
Okay,
hot it
yeah.
is, and then when he
He's
knows
trying to
how hot
calm
it is,
down the situation a little bit, you know.
he
and-
might negotiate with somebody
He's
else.
trying
He
to-
might
But does
change
he
it up.
talk to a lot of groups at one time,
Maybe.
I think it's
or
just
for like 4 days at a time?
Well, he's on the phone with the dude, you know, that's, you know, has the people.
let's just say
ransom right now.
hypothetically they were to say like,
Okay.
all right, here's a trade,
It's
and then they said, well, you know what? How about this instead? You know,
Oh, Kevin got it correct.
Kevin.
Robin.
It is Robin. It is
Or
Robin.
Mike.
It is. I do that as well. So.
Logan did make some valid comments.
I
Kevin
do that
said
as
Logan.
well. All right.
This guy,
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if I call him royalty, but he likes to scavenge the likes of free players. Some cost money, some he gets for $0. I would like to call him the waiver king. I call him the waiver king,
You just guessing,
but I don't know if anyone else thinks he's the waiver
This
king.
is the Waiver King Award. This goes to
We're
the
gonna
king
call him
of
the
the waiver.
American picker.
Here's the thing.
because he's a picker.
I am curious. Has he actually been good on the waivers other than Nakua?
Yeah, he got Puka,
Laporta, and
Laporta,
Kyron.
And the okay.
Well, he didn't get Kyron,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna guess you guys know this one.
Yeah, well, we just
he
named
already.
off all the players.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah. He calls himself the Waiver King. That's actually our only self-named award.
Logan got it and Kevin got it. Nice.
It's a good
All
one.
right, the next award. This goes to the nicest guy in our league. He's very humble, you know, down to earth, and we call this the Mr. Rogers Award.
The Mr. Rogers
You know, your
Award.
friendly neighbor. You know, just there when you need a helping hand.
Yep.
Who would this be?
Who would this be?
Who does
Mind-blowingly nice and friendly. Just you just want to hear what he's got to say.
Yeah, he's always got something
When
nice.
he's got an opinion on your team, it's just happy.
I'm upset when he doesn't comment. You know,
Me too.
it really brightens my
because
day.
he like makes me feel.
Who we
better.
got? Who do we think, guys? Has anybody got an opinion on the Mr. Rogers Award? And Logan's got it.
Kevin Daly's not in the league.
Terrible guess for Mr. Rogers, but you know what? That's Mr. Rogers for you.
Hiccup Master. This man was in a different dimension. Sometimes he's in a different world. Depends what's going on, and he drifts off.
We named it Hiccup Master.
You're also on COVID IR,
Yeah.
different dimension. He was in another.
We didn't come up with a very good one for this person.
No.
I mean, they'll know who it is instantly just by call him ET.
Yeah, the
The
ET
ET
Award
Award.
for hiccups.
we made this one too direct.
Yes.
This is what we did on
The
the
hiccup.
last second. So
We struggle with certain people a little
Couple of
more,
us.
like a couple of each other.
yeah.
I'm gonna guess you guys don't need to actually guess on this one.
We
You
should have
guys
done
know.
this one last
This one?
because they're gonna know who the last one is.
Oh, I
Just
see what
by
you're saying.
elimination.
Oh, they might forget.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin already guessed daily.
Oh, you can go whatever order. You don't have
Oh,
to
yeah, that's
follow.
true,
Yeah.
yeah.
Kevin guessed Q.
Q.
I feel like you guys do. I feel like you guys do remember this person a lot more than
we
people
should
thought.
We should have said the Zen Master.
I think it was more.
Yeah.
We should have done that.
Yeah.
I feel like people
Damn
did.
it.
Although I will say, I think it's only Kevin and Logan guessing at the
It
moment.
is, yeah. So.
But hey, that means
Yeah,
it wasn't
but
as bad.
that one was
It
Will.
was
During the
Will.
draft, the man went to a different world, started hiccuping and freaking out. That man was on a nicotine high.
Fresh off COVID and
we-
drinking and in the sun.
Yeah.
Wasn't good.
So next we have the Matthew Berry Award. The guy.
Man,
that
see,
did
I wish the whole chat was in for this because I think I bet people get this one
the
without
Matthew
a
Berry
single
Award.
single hint.
Yeah.
The Matthew Berry Award.
Let's do no hints
Let's
on this
think
one.
about
Yeah,
it.
Let's do no hints.
Because who is Matthew Berry? He's an analyst for ESPN.
Yeah.
Oh,
Talks about fantasy football. a lot.
ESPN anymore.
Well, it was.
Yeah.
Now it's what? NBC, CBS?
It's a thing, yeah.
Some bullshit.
Yeah.
Who is the Matthew Berry Award? See, the problem is we can't. The chat delay makes a bunch of sitting time.
Kevin said, "Oh yeah, I forgot the man didn't know." See, he remembers. Q. Kevin got it right. It is Coleman.
It
is
the
Coleman.
They
Matthew
both got it.
Berry.
Logan as well.
He did quite a bit of
congrats,
research before the
congrats.
draft, and if you look at his draft board, you can see
He's still
he
bringing
took
us breaking news, though. I
Yeah.
appreciate him. He's
He
always
all the
Totally there.
hot takes.
um,
Worked out for half of them and didn't work out
thank
for the
you,
other.
man. This guy is the gift
Logan
master.
The Gift Master.
Yeah, is that what they're called? Gifts?
You guys chose the
Or
Gift
Gift.
Master. I wanted to call him something else.
Would
but I
you
can't
say
call
it
him-
too?
I can't remember. What did I want to call him?
Slacker?
The Slacker.
Oh, the
Award.
Slacker Award. Yeah. For the person who turns in their rankings the least.
Well, now that's the most obvious thing
No,
I've
only
ever
we know
heard. No,
Yeah,
they
that's
know.
true.
No, they
No, I
know.
don't say that in the chat.
It got posted when we did it last week.
You think
They-
everyone listens so hard they heard
No,
it
we
one
got posted
time?
I like to
Oh,
think they do.
They called him out.
They watch it a couple
did they?
times
Yeah.
a week.
Well, let's see. You guys got to get it. Who is the Gift Master?
Yeah,
Jordan.
Or Logan.
rocked through that one. So,
Rondo.
peaked in high school.
Oh.
Who do we think this one is?
Oh, well, this is okay. Oh yeah. I
Peaked in
remember.
high school award.
Peaked
Yeah.
in high school. I wanted to name it something different, but you guys like Peak in high school. What did I want to name it?
I'm gonna give them a little bit, see if they can guess this, and we'll throw out the other name. So, peaked in high school and the Roman Empire.
The fall of the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what it was. I like that one. It's Roman Empire,
I
man.
like peaked in high
I think about the
school.
Roman
I
Empire
like
a lot.
peaked. Do you?
Yeah.
He said,
Oh, right on the dot.
"It's
My-
He knows you peaked. Was college that bad for you?
Well,
I don't think Mike peaked in high school.
You said, oh, wow.
I peaked this season.
But you
Yeah.
are correct. Mike often will have a team that is very, very good early and will not be as good late. Although he gets better and better every year. But right now, currently, he's on that downfall. So we're calling it that.
That ID card was amazing.
That was
I need to
fresh.
make another appearance.
That was your
today
peak,
on
yeah.
ID.
And
That is
then
where I peaked.
we have the John Wick Award.
This guy just seems to, battle through everything.
He just takes bullets,
Bullets,
but he
bullets.
fights through it, and you know what? He always comes out on top. Well, he does come out on top. Sometimes. Although John Wick died in the last one, I just remembered. What?
What?
Spoilers!
I had no clue.
Well, have you got? Okay, well, you should have seen it by now. It's been out for like a year and a half.
Dude, I'm about to go fucking shirtless. I'm itchy as fuck.
Actually, no, he might not be dead.
Okay. You can't spoil
I
it.
think
my
that's
bad.
back to life.
I didn't think. I figured everyone who knew about John Wick had.
We're dwindling on people.
Actually,
so-
we just gained a bunch.
No, like people.
Oh, Dalt. Nope, it's Brad. There's only two.
Yeah.
The reason that is Brad, in case you're wondering, is because Brad has dealt with injuries, and then he had 2 back-to-back 60-point games.
You're right, it is
He
daily.
had 2 back-to-back 60 dailies.
Daily man.
Brad, he's battled through a lot of adversity, but he came back with a big week this week. John Wick Award.
And last but not least, we have
Highest
the
fanboy in the room.
highest family in the room.
This is my favorite one. This is the first one I thought of.
And
And it's double. There's double meaning.
I don't think we have to
Yeah.
wait to present this one.
No.
This one is Dalt.
Yeah.
This is
Or
Daly.
Dally.
This is
Daily.
Dally. This is
No,
Dally.
Dally.
But, because he really likes the Steelers and Dalvin Cook apparently, and he might have been hitting his vape a little bit at the
some
draft.
extracurricular activity.
He was having a good time.
This was a total last second thing, but we would have some fun. We had some people hit us with some nicknames before. Will was on fire with some of these.
So next we have.
Had to bring him in.
Now we have real rankings. Oh, I forgot we weren't big screen there.
Make us big.
Hi guys. Uh-oh. I look so good. I look so
You look
good.
good.
Look at me.
Now we were giving away awards for waivers this year per position. We have
How many of these are the waiver king?
These are like
We will
real
find
awards.
out, but-
Like we're officially now at the real awards.
we were at
Yes.
the
I mean, the others were real,
awards.
but these ones are actually fantasy football based.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
do pick and waivers, and then we'll just go from there. So first we have the waiver pickups of the year at the QB position.
This is a tough position to
What do you
really
got?
provide awards for because
it's tough.
when you stream, you pick up, you drop. But the one surprising one, are we going bottom? There's not really a ranking to these
No, it's
per
just
se.
all,
Yeah.
like-
So, but the one that stood out to us the most was Kevin's starting QB since week 1. Was not drafted. Was Tua. The man drafted Daniel Jones, intent to start
You're
Daniel
welcome,
Jones.
Kevin.
And his Matthew Berry told him, go with Tua. And he has rode the hot hand of Tua ever since. Obviously, getting Tyreek Hill probably assisted in that.
Wait,
but
Tua wasn't even drafted.
Tua
No.
was not drafted. No.
Daniel
Hey,
Jones.
Daniel Jones was.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. I thought he
Actually,
was
a lot of-
drafted and dropped.
A lot of people were Kenny, like a few weird names. Even Deshaun Watson.
Kenny Pickett was drafted, but he had a bunch of hype going on. Daniel Jones is crazy. to
But
me.
why they hate on Tua though? That's
Yeah.
the interesting question. But obviously Tua's doing it. I'm sure everyone thought there was a chance he might get hurt again. But Tua stood out as the best waiver pickup.
He's tonguing a viola.
And then our second one is Mr. Jared Goff, which I think he's been pretty.
He was the 4th highest
He was
before the
fourth?
last
Okay.
2 weeks. I know before he played the Ravens, he's had 2 pretty bad weeks. He has only survived as a streamer. In our
He's the
league, though.
QB9, but he had a really good middle section of the year.
Yeah, he had a good run there, but it was tough to pick like waivers for QBs
It's
because they
tough.
stream so often. But
Yeah.
those were the two that
Those are
were
the two.
outlined.
I will say we didn't list him, but Dak is being stashed on someone's team, and he's having some quiet 28, 30 points.
Yeah,
Is he?
just now, yeah, he's
Yeah.
coming alive. So
So, but we start getting into the juicy, the fun, the positions that matter, the running backs.
This is the one that matters.
This is it.
Let's start with the oldest one picked up. So
Okay.
the oldest
Which
one
one is
picked
that
up,
one?
it might be number 1 on there,
No.
or it could be number
It
3.
is number 4.
it's definitely
think
not
it's
one.
Well, it's not definitely not 2.
I guarantee.
Anyways,
4.
okay, number 4, and that's Zach Moss
Yes.
for you. However, and yes, this is great. Doesn't matter. This is great, but it's posed a problem for you.
Well, I had Zach Moss before I had JT.
It was at one point a great thing.
Yes.
But right now, it's posing a problem for you because he's actually still great.
Yeah, I'm gonna start both.
Are
Might
you?
as well.
Yeah.
Rolled out.
But you want to not have to do that.
I like what I'm seeing, but no, I mean definitely it's there was a lot of speculation coming into the cold start of the season with Zach Moss being hurt. Who was it? Deion Jackson.
Deion Jones.
Yeah, and other people. So I believe Deion Jackson was picked up for money, and I took Zach Moss at $0, and he is. I really thought he was going to get traded.
Yeah, that would have been nice for
Yeah,
you.
I really thought he was going to get traded.
Trades, man.
Our next one we have is Jerome Ford.
The big money.
What was that? 90?
92?
92.
93? Somewhere around
And I'd say it's been worth it. You know, it's steadied the ship for Robin here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Man, it's a good question. If it's been worth it, it's close. It's really close.
Filled the void that Robin needed at that time, but Robin's team just looks a lot better than it did then.
Yeah.
He lost a player to injury. I can't remember who it was for Robin at this point in time.
Yeah, he was certain. It was Javante. He was waiting for Javante.
He
didn't.
Javante. Cam Akers situation.
Cam Akers just didn't
Yeah.
pan out, is what it was.
Yeah.
He was looking.
Yeah.
So I think that was a good pickup. We'll see how it pays dividends later on.
Yeah.
I think this one will be key for him.
But
later
he
on,
definitely had some good-
If
He
it-
was injured and they still played him, but it seems like Kareem Hunt is starting to come about.
That's
but
the interesting fact.
don't have to
Ford
show
doesn't.
a lot,
You
so-
can't. Ford's snap usage doesn't count this week
Yeah.
because of the injury
The
that he was
last
dealing
2
with,
weeks.
which he shouldn't even have
Yeah.
played.
Yeah,
So.
it's unreal that he was able to play. So, but great pickup, but I believe close to being.
I'm gonna say,
breaker.
just for the record, he picked him up after this 22-point week, so he got a 15, or sorry, an 18, a 7, a 10, a 16, and a 4 for 90 something bucks.
It's not bad.
I
though,
think
for
it's.
the
I don't
running back.
think it's worth.
It's
the
not worth the money, but I put 80 some on him. Everyone was in on it, but the Kareem Hunt news was not out, so that was the
How
gamble.
often do you
factor.
find like a waiver guy though that's gonna get you like 15?
Well, we're gonna talk about one here in a second.
Hey, good segment.
So by
Good
far
I forget-
the best
well, just-
pickup,
yeah.
Kyron Williams, running back for. Oh, I skipped one.
No, yeah, that's right.
All right, Kyron Williams.
Who I think is still, he's still up here on the list.
Got picked up right away after week 1, where he just started showing some presence against Cam Akers, and I believe Logan got him for like 13 or 14.
He's the running back 7 on the year.
Yeah, obviously now is on IR, still running back 7 apparently.
Yep, still
Uh,
after, yes.
Yeah,
Quite a
so
while.
by far the best waiver.
And it sucks because you
Yeah,
also
this
gonna have a
is
buy
double.
in there, so you're not gonna get him back till week 12, but you will get him back week
For the
12
playoffs.
if you're a team that makes the playoffs.
It's Kevin, so
Kevin,
he's
You're right,
in
he
that
could
position.
miss it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was thinking it was still Logan, but it's Kevin now. Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
I think best unless this last one keeps on doing what he's been doing. Which,
Uh,
by the way, the person who has this guy dropped the guy that is next.
the most recent pickup who helped
Link it all together.
the man secure a win. Also scored, I think, 30 of his 90 points this last week.
Yep, it's back
Gus
weeks.
Bus Edwards.
There he
Gus
is.
Buzz.
He is now the running back 17 just because these last 2 weeks, which are nice.
I'll show you how scarce the running back position.
But I also got him for nothing.
crazy.
I think I got him for $1 or something.
I honestly don't. Yeah, you might have got him for free because it was like a different day.
This was a really
I
good
got him for
pickup.
$4.
Oh wow. Okay.
But still,
You still
It's
went on
crazy how well it's panned out here.
he
recently, too.
did help me get a win, and he really helped me at least stay in the game. He's my only player last
I
week.
mean, yeah, you had 90 points, so that was a big chunk.
The waiver king strikes. Hey, man. But obviously, Kyron Williams is the one. But
Kyron Williams is the one,
definitely
man.
in the top.
I would say the
tier.
rest, the other 3, in terms of just the player, for what you got, if everyone was playing for $0, the rest are even
Well,
Yeah.
maybe.
or
It's all
close.
situational
They're very
teams.
close.
It's hard.
Yeah. They're all very close. In
It's
points.
hard at the mid-season. I'd give Zach Moss the bump, but going
but
forward,
Moss can only go down. In my
but
opinion.
it's mid-season awards.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
But we still are talking about. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just being mean, but yeah. But no, it's kind of crazy that actually that many, but those are
Where's
all
Justice Hill
injury
at?
based.
Yeah. Is
I think he's
Justice
still
Hill-
on the waivers. I almost picked him up today, or was in a different league. I don't know.
He's been picked
He's
up
not
and
been
dropped a
very
lot, but no. So
It's hard to pick him up.
early on, he was great. He
We
was
got
great
a-
at the touchdowns. So
We got wide receivers coming up.
We do, and that's a fun topic to talk about. With
There's
the waivers, too.
really
We have one big
king.
one.
Yeah, and then there's just other guys.
did you say King?
Yeah, there's one king in
I
there.
don't want to talk about Kings.
Who's king?
Now let's just talk about it. It's an interesting story with this one guy, because I had like $40 on him and was gonna get him, and then
What? It's your fault.
I choked. Yeah, if it wasn't my fault, I'd be really mad. But I'm the one who choked, and because I'm in a different league with the guy who picked him up, it's Puka Nakua, by the way. Logan picked up Puka Nakua. I'm happy to be in a different league with him. The amount of things I fucked up was crazy. I'm in a different league with him already, so he knew how much I had on him already. And then I showed everybody. I canceled the waivers and changed them because the time. I'm still pissed at that, by the way. They went through 859 on
They're
Wednesday.
very inconsistent. It's very
So,
weird.
but yeah, so he ends up getting him for like what, 70 or 80?
Like 64,
Yeah, I mean,
68.
It fallen out for him, but it was
Yeah.
worth every penny. I
Did we
But
ever,
it was worth it.
did we ever get the
Now
insider
that one's very
story?
worth it.
Did we ever get the inside story? Like he adjusted it.
I don't know.
I have
don't
talked to
think
him
he
about it, and he
did.
said no, he did. He did adjust it. I've talked to him, and he had every right to. But I've talked to him
Yeah.
about it, and he said, in not so many words, he said like he had to go get his guy, and he
Yeah.
knew that I had what I had in the other
Yeah.
league on it. But I mean, every right to him because I raised my bid when I knew that he knew, so I actually raised mine.
And you did get
And
him
I-
in the other league, and then you ended up
I
trading
did get him in the
Okay.
other league.
All
Yeah,
right.
trade him to
I
you.
was just trying to follow some.
But good call by
Oh,
him
yeah,
because
he's-
I didn't think when he ended up putting 60 on him, I remember thinking like, oh well, at least I got him to overspend.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was worth that much. I thought he was worth a lot, but
I don't know if
that was-
anyone
He was
really
worth every
did. I mean,
penny,
everyone
yeah. Who
believed in
would've
it, but
I thought
yeah.
Cup was going to take him away.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cup's been a bummer.
At number 2, we had Josh Downs.
Which he eventually he's gonna start being started by people. Who has him right now?
Kevin.
Kevin.
I like Kevin and Logan in this.
It is.
It's
It
actually
is.
very interesting.
Waiver Kings?
Question mark?
Question mark?
Duo?
No, y'all take that away from our waiver king. Don't disrespect the waiver king's name.
I mean, Josh Downs obviously is a tier down from Puka, but
A
it's,
couple tiers down, but
Yeah.
he's just showing. I mean, it just comes to show the AR injury has changed what the Colts look
it's
like.
helped the wide receivers
Yes.
immensely.
I mean,
God, that helped Robin out a lot.
it did.
Pittman
The
as well.
Pittman,
God.
yeah. So, I mean, because we all were really not a fan of that trade because of that situation, and then obviously it's just shown that
That's
Josh
why it's so
Downs,
hard to judge trades.
Yeah.
As soon as they go down, they always
Yeah.
injuries change things, situation changes. Like
That's
in
the
a week.
luck aspect. It's the
Always.
factor that we have no control over.
Yeah,
that you think,
the
you know.
difference here, but yeah, is crazy. Downs is still just. I mean, from week 5 on, he has gotten double digits every week, but he's only had one. He had 120, and the rest are all like exactly 10 or 12.
Wow.
So,
But he
has been very good, and with a lot of hope that you can start him in the future.
Dave Downs will get his starting debut next week.
So he's on buys.
And then we struggle with the third one, but Rashid Rice.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talk about Palmer.
Who has him?
I do.
Yeah.
KJ Osborne. Dang. So we mentioned some other ones, but wide receivers just aren't as deep. Obviously, we draft a lot of wide receiver 1s, wide receiver 2s.
You always have the
We should have stuck this with honestly one. We probably didn't need to force it.
We were just trying to go in multiple.
We were just
numbers.
trying
So
to
you
go
can
with
say
that.
you don't agree. So
No, I mean, yeah, he is a good waiver pickup, I guess. But he is the wide receiver 43, and his highest week is 14.
he's better than DK.
No. Oh wait, yes, one position. DK's 44.
He had 2 buys.
Yeah,
Don't hold that
DK's
against
missed 2
DK.
games.
Yeah, don't hold that against DK. DK coming.
But tight end, normally not a very exciting position. Well, I'm not gonna say that because usually you find some gems, but
A lot of tight ends this year.
the tight end has definitely gone from you were scraping by with 7, 8 to now I think there's 11, 12.
Let's do the not as big ones first, then,
Okay.
because there's 2 that are like.
Well, I'm going to talk about
we
the
need to see pan
biggest
out.
one, and that is Tyler Higbee.
Yes.
Yes.
Higby's been a big pickup.
The amount of money spent on Higbee this year proves that he is.
He is
It's not
Not on our list.
I've spent money on Higbee as well. Like I can't say I haven't. So.
No, Higbee is not on the list. Coming in at number 3, one of the newer comers, McBride.
Really based on 1 week. He has been.
I
consistent.
personally think it was a little too soon, but I think he had to.
Well, I don't know.
I think Jonnu Smith could have been in here, honestly, with his recent performance. But McBride with his 1 week.
Actually,
It is with McBride as he now becomes the starter on the team too. So
well, I know, but
potential is
it
huge.
is the criteria.
How long did Henry go to? Because Brad picked up Henry and started him for like the first 4 or 5 weeks, and it was a very viable start.
It wasn't as good as we think it was.
It wasn't.
No, is he still on waivers? Or are we
This
still
is one
on
we
Brad's
threw on there, but it was too hard not to go against what McBride did. Will made the pickup. He's got him there. So McBride looks like a
I guess they don't
promising.
need this.
Yeah, Henry's been dropped, so it wouldn't count anymore.
So, but tight ends, obviously that one.
Because it's the same thing for this next guy. It's the same. It's based off.
Yeah,
weight.
it is
Not
true.
Kyle Pitts.
But you
Was Kyle
feel-
Pitts on waivers?
Yes.
He did get dropped, and then he got traded.
Oh, why is Kyle Pitts? We should have put Kyle Pitts on there. He was dropped.
But do you make that a viable thing? Like, is
Yeah,
that-
he
That's
got
always
picked up off
tough with
waivers.
But
he
is
got
he-
picked up off waivers for like $0.
But these guys are doing better than Kyle Pitts.
No. I think Pitts is doing pretty good. Doesn't
Well,
Kevin have Pitts?
Well, but you
Can you
can't.
put it on this screen so I can see?
But when you go with waivers for the year, like if you're talking about a waiver conversation, like the sense of waivers, we can't compare McBride's whole season and this other guy's whole season to Pitt's whole season just because Pitts is ranked.
But Pitts has been
17.
doing better since he picked him up.
I agree that
Who
he-
has Pitts?
Now it's Robin.
Can you throw it on here so I can see it? I can't see. This one's hard for me to see. Thanks. Yeah.
Let's just shrink us a little
Yeah,
bit.
that helps me.
Kyle
I
Pitts.
couldn't see it.
Is somewhere. There he
Robin
is.
starting tight end.
Kyle Pitts is the tight end 12. Actually, well, he did pick him up here, or somebody picked him up here.
He
'cause I
traded
dropped
for
him.
him
I
the
dropped him
last.
before the week.
He
12.
traded
picked him
Jalen
up.
Warren for him.
Let's be honest here. None of these guys matter. There's only the one that matters.
Well,
There's
Yeah.
ones that could matter.
Yeah, look.
Right. We're talking about ones that could matter.
yeah. Well, number 2, I do think is important. I don't want to be talked
Oh, I'm
down.
sorry. I thought we talked about it
And
already.
Dalt also would agree that Kincaid appears to be a pretty solid pickup off the waivers. So this one is based off an injury, as many things usually are. But Dawson Knox going on IR, Bills,
He's
high-powered
similar to
offense.
McBride.
It's the exact same as McBride.
Yeah,
but
I
it's the
agree.
touchdowns you need.
But
with
the
tight
difference
ends.
for me with
He's gonna get more.
McBride, that I just want to say, is we don't know what the QB situation is there yet. Whereas Dalton Kincaid,
It's eventually going to be Kyler Murray. So he had. It's not going to get worse.
Kevin and Logan don't understand that situation either. Why is Kyler Murray going to start?
He is going. Everyone, it's funny. People are always saying teams are going to rest their starters because they're doing. Never, ever, ever does that happen when you're doing bad. They only rest their starters when teams are good. Name a time where a team's like, "Oh, we're doing bad. We're not playing our guys." It's never happened.
Never happened.
So, but people are always talking about it like it's going
believe
to,
it.
and like giving people like taking away their value. Like I was trying to trade somebody the other day, and they're like, "Well, they're probably not going to start him anymore because the team's doing bad. They're just going to rest him."
That was
The
just-
team is not going to do
That was
that.
Justin Jefferson's conversation.
That
A
was
lot of
also a
people
thing with
said
Justin
that.
Jefferson. Yeah.
Well,
But it
it's
happened
different
with
with
Cooper-
it's different with an injury,
A
like
current injury. I
yeah,
guess.
current injury.
Because
You're
it
not going
happened
to
with
rush
Cooper
someone
Kupp last
back if
year.
they're not.
Cooper Kupp never came back.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp never came back because of the
That was at
injury.
the end of the
I
season.
know we're getting towards the end of the season.
We're literally exactly halfway.
He came back with. He had the
I know, but
ability
like
to
for
do
the
like.
fantasy season, it's
Yeah.
towards the end.
but that doesn't matter for the team.
I
But you're probably
understand.
right. It's what we're
Nobody
getting
right now
into.
is resting their starters.
That's fair.
Not
And
right now.
Kyler Murray will be back, maybe even this week. They're still saying.
Yep, we'll see. Our number one pickup is obviously
The only one that matters.
Yeah,
Why we had
Laporta's the
conversations.
easiest one.
Big win. I believe it was $0.
Did
It
he?
was
Yeah,
early
Logan, how
on.
much did you spend on him?
It was early on in the pickup stages. He was streaming. He picked up different ones.
Laporta's
and,
been great.
He's the tight end 4. He's been great, and yet if you look at these numbers, they look so bad.
Yeah. You take a position and
But he's been great for a tight end, so you're happy. But you got
Beyond
3
great.
triple-digit point games, and the highest one is 18 points.
I mean, you drafted. I mean, you picked up Kittle off the waiver. I mean, you just solidified essentially close to a top 3.
Yeah, well, I'd rather have him than Kittle.
I mean, he's ahead of Kittle. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
in
essentially he
general.
took Kittle's position away. You have Hawk, Andrews, and Kelsey
No,
being
it's,
ahead of him. So
4 tight ends, it's great.
yeah,
It's just funny how tight ends are different from everybody else.
He spent $3.
$3 on him. All right.
that is waivers.
That was
Now we
on
get
waivers.
into the really good, the juicy, the controversial, the good and the bad of the draft.
Not 1, not 2, but 3.
I don't know.
Logan's got 3 people. Got 3 people on the way.
Oh, I thought he
That's
meant,
the waiver king for you.
I
Right
thought he
there.
meant $3.
Dollars. Oh,
That's why I said 3.
maybe
so.
he did though. There's a lot of
Maybe he did.
things.
But yeah, we're gonna get into draft awards, and then I don't know what you call them.
We just have highlights of the.
We should start with draft awards. It doesn't matter.
Of the year highlights and stats.
We're gonna dig into the QB room.
Do we want to go good and bad in each position, or do we want to go good,
I think
bad, bad? Okay.
Good, bad, and then
All right.
good, bad. Just stay.
Do you want the bad news or the good news first?
good? Always good news.
Good first. Okay. So we feel the honorable mention for the good QB drafted had to be mentioned. AR for the Colts. Will took him in the 14th round. Obviously,
you guys mentioned me.
Obviously,
course.
we're gonna mention you.
Would have been good, is what they meant to say.
Would have been the best, I believe. I think his pace was unreal. So it just, QBs are hard to value in a draft, but that value there was unreal. But obviously the injury derailed it. I mean, it was causing you an issue right away in the year with who do you start?
Yeah, it was a
with
problem,
Fields.
to be honest, because they drafted Fields.
Yeah. So, but definitely the honorable mention. Then it just kind of comes down to value at number 2. Who we got there?
We got.
Logan said $0 for Laporta.
Yeah.
Oh, 0.
Nice.
That's nice. Number 2, we got Justin Herbert. I don't think she's.
You want a T-shirt?
We're almost through it. We're almost done. I'll stick it out. Number 2 is Justin Herbert by Bradford in the 6th round. Obviously, I think Herbert's like the QB5. So I mean,
think so.
with the value, I mean, it was kind of tough to pick QBs honestly because that's kind of where he was drafted.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, like
Yeah.
our league waited a little bit, but you pretty much take the top 3.
He's a QB7, but he's had a bye.
Off the board. But
Yeah.
you just view it as a value, but then also you see the likes, and we'll get to some of these people, but when other players are picked before them or
Yeah.
after, you got to say, okay, obviously Brad didn't do anything crazy and was like, oh, I'm going to pick Herbert. Like,
Yeah.
that's who you went and picked, but you got to be super happy with
Quarterbacks and tight ends are always
Yeah.
hard for these.
that. Ours to do.
And then the number 1 is Lamar Jackson in the 5th round, and the best value for sure for the draft. I mean, you got
He's actually, though, he's the 4th. He's QB4.
he's QB4 on the year.
Lamar is so much different than Herbert, though, because Lamar is boomer bust weeks.
Yeah.
He gives
Whatever
you a
he's
lot of
running
yeah.
or what he's doing. But the interesting thing with this pick is that was Jordan's pick, who is usually Mr. Irrelevant QB.
Yeah, usually he waits. So
Yeah,
that was
so very interesting. So he believed in it. He went
obviously
and did
you
it.
got like Allen, Hurts, and Mahomes,
Yeah.
but
We don't feel those
Sure,
were
yeah.
amazing draft because that's what you expect to do. I will say though, the Hurts AJ Brown going out and getting that stack, I was shocked by it, but that is
elite.
quite phenomenal.
Elite.
So, we have the bad picks. You want to name any of these off, or
I didn't come in until about the running backs, so I
Okay.
don't know these very
All right,
well.
we'll run
I'm
through these.
surprised by one of them. Actually,
Well-
I'm surprised by 2 of them.
But we're gonna say the bad QBs real quick.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
The
okay.
QBs, bad QBs.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what I
which
say.
one are you surprised by?
Well,
I'm
Justin?
surprised by 2.
We'll
Okay.
we'll talk about it, and then you give your point, and that helps, or who you
Yeah.
think it should be. We'll just call it the whole league. We like that. So.
Good.
Coming in at the last one, kind of the honorable mention, was just Deshaun Watson, 10th round. Obviously, he was kind of picked as that 10th QB, but as we spoke about before, you had Tua out there, and Deshaun didn't really seem like he had any form, and then the injuries going with it. So, but obviously, kind of mystery. Right
That's the
there.
one I'm not surprised by.
Okay.
The next 2, okay, the Fields one is based on injury, which
So
I
Justin
thought we
Fields
weren't
is our
doing.
second one.
I thought we weren't doing it based on injury.
He was
Yeah.
awful though beforehand.
No, he was not.
Well, you let us know where he ranks, but what does it for me is he was picked before Lamar
He was
and
picked-
before Herbert.
He was on pace with Lamar. He really was, because he got injured this game, so I'll throw that one out. Then he got a 32, a 27. He had three mediocre games, but they're not even. Lamar has like 3 6-point games.
So,
He had a 27 and a 32 right before he got injured. And then he
but
got
you could have had Lamar.
no, not that point. That drafted before Lamar.
Yeah.
You drafted. He was the 4th quarterback
He took him
taken.
as the 4th overall QB.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just that factor.
But I think, but Lamar is in there for one of the better picks. So I feel like this is around where Fields. I'm just surprised because I
just
feel like it's injury because he was on pace the way he was going the last 2 weeks. He was dominating.
People were talking about dropping him.
Okay, I'm
early.
gonna give you that, but it's the factor of kind of the combo. You took him before those guys, and then there was a stage where you weren't starting him. I know you potentially drafted the number 1 QB, but like Fields went through a really rough stretch where even people thought, how much is he going to play on this team? Or
People
what are they
were
gonna
upset
do?
because of where they drafted him, and I
Right.
get it. But then he blew up. I mean, he's the QB 19 missing 3 weeks.
But we said it. It's QB, so I don't know. Do you have another recommendation based off the board? Who you
No,
think will go
QBs
there?
are hard.
Okay.
If you were trying to get 3, but
Yeah.
and I'm not looking right now. I'm
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that one. And then I'm also surprised by. I guess I need to look at number 1.
I believe is the 15th or 16th ranked quarterback.
Is that what he is? Okay.
And was
Where was he taken?
drafted in the
Eighth
eighth round
round.
as the 7th. But this really has nothing against the person that drafted him. Everyone thought this player was going to take the step up, Trevor Lawrence. So he was drafted pretty much where he should have been. Not saying it was a bad draft pick, but the problem is Tua would have been better.
Yeah,
multiple other
you got to
players.
reach for these, I guess, with
Yeah.
both mine and this one.
Yeah, you
It's
gotta
still
reach
not
a
that
little
bad.
No, it's not. But
His 8th round is pretty far.
I
down
will
there.
say in most other leagues,
I still have a lot of hope for him too.
he has been dropped.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
So, but I'm rocking him in another league, but it's tough. And everyone thought he's that guy you're going to take as that 8th QB, that you're getting that value that is going to bolster you up to kind of compete with those other players. But QBs are very tough to pick. Is there ever really a bad pick? Because you just go and pick up a Kirk Cousins or a Jared Goff and you move on. So now we get into the real fun,
The running back.
the running backs.
We'll probably speed it up a little bit with this. But so we had our. We want to go good or bad again?
Start on bad this time.
So
Switch
we
it up,
had our
switch it
bad
up.
picks in the running back room. We had Ramondre Stevenson in the 3rd round. I think you can attest to this, Will.
I have him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not been great. He's not been that bad.
You didn't draft him,
wh-
but yeah.
Right, because I didn't give 3rd round draft capital for him.
It's Najee Harris.
He's not been that bad. He's actually a lot higher than Najee.
Yeah.
Is he really?
He's RB 24. Najee's like the 34 or something.
Jeez.
So I think it really just goes down to the where he was drafted.
Yeah,
Like,
where he
everyone
was
thought
drafted.
like, even though Zeke, I can't remember I think Zeke got signed before our draft.
Right
Yeah, before our
Yeah.
draft. Yeah.
But you still felt like he was the Patriots offense. I mean, he was getting passing work, he was getting everything. So he shot up the draft boards and
He still looks good to me when I watch him play. I feel like.
yeah,
in my
it's unreal, but
He's got a good smile.
He's got like a little smile on him.
Look at him.
Mondre's been horrible. He's been horrible for where he should be, yeah, but he's technically an RB2. I mean, it's for where he's drafted, yeah, but he's better than a lot of guys.
yeah. Kevin, stay tuned for this one. Aaron Jones in the 4th round.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of injury involved in that one, but also he keeps coming back,
He
and
literally
that's
had
not working.
week 1.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
was it.
problem is we really try not to pick players that we try to pick it not based off their injury aspect. Obviously, Justin Fields got thrown in there, and Aaron Jones
Hurts
but,
when the team sucks.
but the
too.
problem is Aaron Jones is playing. He went through his little injury stint, but he keeps trying to play. So how do you manage?
And he's
something
older,
like
so you
that?
gotta wonder: is this like now he's been injured too many times and he's just not recovering as well?
Yeah, I think it's a hammy too. Is that right or
I
not?
was. I don't even know what it is anymore.
The next one I feel like would have been on this board last year in the exact same place and is on the board again, and that is I think Dalt's got him Najee Harris.
Najee Harris.
Adult has him.
Yeah, he's a
He's just been brutal. Like he had a good rookie year and then just hasn't been the same.
Najee's RB 30.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
like just the value that people lost with him like in Dynasty? He was like the 4th overall pick.
Oh, I know.
But his rookie year he was good.
He
Yeah.
was so good rookie
Like
year.
yeah, last year after his rookie, like people were all in
I
on
was
it.
all in on him.
But
He's only got one touchdown in the year. I expect that to go up, so I think he gets a little bit. He's better than
I think
he's
it's the
been.
Jalen Warren factor, right? So
yep. And the offense just has to kind of find it still. They're relying on the defense, and eventually, he's going to fall in the end zone, no doubt. So, but just 4th round, that's a tough price to pay.
Next we got Miles Sanders.
Yep.
That might be the worst one right there.
yeah, that's a brutal pick. 'Cause
Oh, the next one's pretty bad too. Actually, no. The next
seems like-
few are pretty bad.
is Miles Sanders losing or is he hurt or what's going
he's
on?
back.
there?
Was hurt, and I assume he is healthy.
They paid that man too.
But
Man, he's not. Yeah,
It's a
bad.
committee. He
Yeah,
opened the
it's a
door
committee.
up for a committee based on his early performance, and then the injury. It just.
I mean, it's official. The role is Hubbard's now, so like Miles is just a backup running back for a really bad team. That's a problem.
That is a problem. Yeah. So a rough pick in the 6th round. by
Picked in the
Jordan,
6th
yeah.
round.
So you have your good and your bad, right? So
this one is probably the most shocking. Stevenson is in question, but this one definitely
Once again,
big
back to
shock
me.
for me. Damian Pierce, 5th round, picked by Will.
This guy's been fucking terrible. I
Falling
mean,
in the end zone and gotten a few flags down at the 1-yard line, but beyond that, I don't know that you'd feel much better even with the touchdowns.
even if he got that touchdown where they called it back and he lost that 1 yard and touchdown, he'd only be at 10
10
points.
points. Yeah.
He's so bad, and he's losing
I wonder
snap
why.
percentage to Singletary.
So weird.
it is weird.
I guess
don't get
it must be the effect As you guys know, maybe
he
it's
tore his
football better
ACL.
than me, but also like, is it because of the rookies, like the same situation with like Bryce Young and Miles? Like, does the scheme with the rookies and the playbook just like
My guess is that he tore his ACL and he didn't recover like not everybody's. It's still a bad injury to have, and he just hasn't really recovered.
But does he himself look? Because I remember like the
He
preseason
looks
games.
pretty bad. He looks like
good.
Joseph Adai or Trent Richardson. He just kind of runs
Wow,
at the
he
middle and
he
just
came with
dies.
the Colts.
Yeah,
So
that's brutal.
Well, I have to watch him all the time.
Yeah.
Look at his yards per carry. I mean, they're all
That's
red.
red.
He's got
Yeah.
one yellow.
that's a lot of red on that chart. So
It's not
Pierce
good.
said Pierce is horrible, which is interesting because you'd think Stroud made the offense better.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
at one point, and
that
they
is
just
true,
lost. They
actually,
just
yeah.
lost to the
Panthers.
Panthers. So
Yeah.
no, I think Stroud might have had a little bit early of a.
he peaked.
He got overhyped.
He peaked in high school.
He peaked in high school.
And
The last one. This is the worst one. I know he's picked a little later, drafted a little later, but it's still.
well, yeah, I mean you replace that with a different player, but running backs have a different value.
I don't.
so-
I think he's just on the waivers now. I don't know
Oh
about
yeah,
bringing him
definitely. I
up.
don't, yeah, it's Dalvin Cook in the
Dalvin
7th
Cook.
round.
Yeah.
So
He's unplayable.
Hence the homer.
yeah,
Homeboy.
there was a lot of conversation if he would have got traded as well. He says he wants to be there, but I guess it must have just came down to they didn't know Brees Hall was going to be injured, how
said-
well he was going to recover, and Brees Hall just
Well, and the team was supposed to be better, and he says
Yeah.
he wants to be there because they actually did give him a good little contract, and running backs at that age don't often get good
Yeah,
contracts.
Yeah. So.
he says he needs time to get rolling.
Yeah,
is what he
yeah,
said.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's not the injury. He needs
He'll
time
be
to get
back.
rolling,
Just
so.
wait. Dalvin Cook's gonna be a superstar.
He'll be playoff Lenny Cook.
Yeah.
So, all right, we got the good picks. A lot of value in the running backs. Some shocking late round picks, but the standout for us is an early round pick that's hard to find the value. 3rd round, ETN.
Yeah.
I know who's got him.
Yeah. I mean,
Hot team.
not much we gotta say. I mean, he's been elite. I think is he RB3, 2, RB2. Man, I have a bet with someone on that guy
Kevin.
with Aaron Jones.
Kevin.
Kevin, yeah.
Yeah, but Aaron Jones is missing.
I
enough
needed
games.
him. I needed him to play 6 more games.
Aaron Jones.
The
Come
worst
on.
thing for Kevin though is the man keeps playing.
I know.
Oh, it's so bad.
Kevin, I'm an XL. So
Man, he's
whenever it
good.
comes time,
yeah,
He
he's
is good. It helps. You know what? When it comes to running backs, I always forget every year.
God, I love
It
that
matters
guy.
how
Damn
good the
it.
team is.
Yeah, I know
They're
that.
doing really well right now. He's doing really well.
it's just
The Packers doing really bad right now. Aaron Jones is doing really bad.
You want players on good teams.
Especially running backs.
Yeah.
You really want running backs.
And these guys just pop. I mean, I watched it. They seem like they're not having good games, and they pop off for that one play, and they get literally 10 points off that one play, and then they have a 20-point week.
Last week was it last week or 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, he got a touchdown and then a 2-point conversion right after, and he just looked good during the whole
Yeah,
thing.
8 points, right? Boom. So
He's a good player.
Bang
Yeah.
pow.
good one. So Kenneth Walker. in
Brad
the
still have him?
5th
Or does
round. No,
Zach,
that is-
Mike have him.
I have
That is
Ken
Mike.
Walker, yeah.
So, a lot of value. I mean, he got traded for JT right away. I don't think anyone knew what to expect. Same thing.
Waddle.
Had some injuries. They drafted
Running
Charbonnet.
back 6. Picked in the he's running back 6,
Yeah.
picked in the 5th round.
I wanna-
That's a value.
I want to believe in our league he is the highest traded big name player. I think
He
he's been
could be,
involved in
yeah.
like 4 trades.
He's been traded 3 times.
Three
He got
times.
traded for Taylor, then Waddle.
And then the big trade.
Oh, fun fact about
Man,
trades.
Logan really choked that trade.
There's been
Traded for Waddle.
22 trades this year.
Oh, there you
So
go.
he had that
Fun
one
fact.
for like
So he's been 3 of them.
2 weeks. Right?
Yeah, he has slowed down a little bit on the touchdowns, but
He was hurt last week.
He was a little
but
hurt.
last week was also against Cleveland.
Yeah. But
And then he has to play Baltimore again this week.
he opened the door for
Washington gets a lot
Charbonnet,
nicer.
so everyone's talking
We'll
about
see,
it.
yeah.
So yeah,
We shall
gets
see.
interesting.
But he's a running back 6 in the year, so you can't fault that.
Who's our next one?
DeAndre Swift, you got him, Zach.
Did
You got
This one
faith.
I think is the best value pick of the draft.
I agree.
Because I didn't think everyone was shocked he took him.
Because,
Yeah, that's
because
fair.
he's played all year too. The other 2 guys are close in value, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the last 2 I think are better value and bigger
this
wows.
is the running back 5.
True wow.
Well, I thought he was better than this. I'm taking these stupid things off of him.
Oh, he's getting in.
He's in there.
It's not that good.
What do you mean? He's RB5.
RB5 must not mean a lot. 25, 14, 15,
I think
13.
it's all sad about
Wait.
the difference between RB1 and RB5. It's insane.
It is.
Yeah, after 25 in week 2,
And then
14,
it's-
15, 13,
Yeah.
13,
RB1
9,
to 5
13.
is the same difference.
You
as
guys aren't listening at all. You guys
5
just
to
talking to each other.
Yeah.
While I was talking the whole time.
Sorry.
You're saying but you're saying I hate RB numbers.
What I'm
They're
trying to say
boring.
is his highest week after week 2 was 15 points, which is like just a mid game. It's what a lot of people are projecting.
What's he gotten like consistently though?
He's probably averaging about 11 or 12.
I think his average is like 12, 13. Yeah. So.
For someone that I thought that wasn't gonna even
no, I
play,
agree.
like that's a good pickup.
But I thought better.
My only factor for him.
Oh, no!
I'm trying not to defend.
I forgot to give out your roses.
I got a rose, guys.
Hey, no, Rose.
There's a rose for your award and a rose for your award.
sir.
and
I
a
will
rose for
say
my
he
award.
is the number 1 running back that gets vultured. So he is doing this
You have to put it on
okay.
your-
without many touchdowns. So it's pure production. So if he gets to games where he would get those 2 touchdowns, because you still have Gainwell that comes in, and then you have Jalen Hurts as well. So, but yeah, I mean, I agree when you see the points. It's not
Hold it.
good player numbers.
Hold it. Sorry.
Yes, DeAndre Swift. So our next one, this guy borders this guy honestly.
This is
Is our fourth mention of the good pickup of the year is David Montgomery.
8th.
This is a
round.
8th
really
round
good.
pickup by Logan.
The only problem is he's really had trouble staying healthy.
Yeah, but
That looks good.
here's the thing: like once he comes back, he'll probably be the bell cow. I have to assume he'll be the bell. That's the big question.
Well, now you just feel good
I
for
do think he
Logan
loses some
because
more.
he has Gibbs now, so that takes that conversation out. But like, just that value. I mean, he was top 3, right? Top 3 running back, maybe top 5 borderline. I mean,
Pretty amazing.
8th round, and it's like the next player we'll get to had some very big boom games, but this guy was like not necessarily boom game. They were just consistent, and he was falling into the end zone every game. Some games 3 times. It was just unreal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, when he plays, he's great.
Yeah,
And it
when he
started-
plays, he's
Because
great.
the 2 games that he got injured are these 2. So other than that, it's 13, 11, 33, 20.
Yeah,
So very good.
very good.
Very Swift.
And our last mention here is Raheem Mostert.
Oh,
Raheem!
In the 11th round, and fun fact, Achane was picked before him in our league.
And
yes.
Achan was better when he played.
Was he? I mean, that one I just don't know. Was he actually better?
Yeah.
I was shocked that they both did well, but I didn't know better was a thing.
I think Achan's still a top 10.
I mean,
guy.
as long it's
He's
gonna be
a-
interesting when
Achan's still the RB9.
That's crazy.
shows you how bad that position is.
He played 3 games. He's the RB9.
Isn't that crazy?
That's unreal.
God.
His lowest points is 21.
Injuries just.
Anyways,
kill it.
Mostert is probably what, RB4, 3, something like that. Let me
I
see.
don't even know anymore.
3. He's
RB3.
RB3. Wow, I thought
mean,
he
he's just
missed a
been
game.
steady.
He missed a game.
He's been steady, honestly. So.
Yeah. Can't be upset.
He actually has not been steady, but he's been really
Well,
good.
steady. I mean, steady is the hard thing when you boom, though, right?
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
he gives you booms, but he's got 12, 25, 41, 4, 14, 32, 5, 10. So definitely good enough. You're happy.
Here's Purdue.
He went to Purdue. He's 31 years old.
All right, wide receivers
We're getting close to the end, boys. Hang in there.
powering through. Tight ends obviously don't have much to talk about.
Yeah.
So,
Huh?
I said we won't have much to
Oh,
talk about tight
I
ends.
thought we'll pick this. Oh, I got you.
All right. So we'll start with the good.
Yes, we will start with the good, and I think this one's pretty obvious. It is Adam Thielen in the 13th round.
That's
The pick
yeah.
of the year, honestly. I think it's the pick of the draft.
Yeah, easily. He has been, and Dalton
So-
has him, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
just looked him up today. I was looking at him. He has been consistent too. Like so consistent. He's never his week 1 he got 2 points. You're thinking, oh, that's the feeling we
Yeah,
expected.
yeah.
And then he's never been below 10. I
Isn't
mean,
that
he's
crazy?
he's been amazing.
It just took him to
On a
find his
back
guy.
team.
Yeah. So
He's a beast.
He is a
Good
beast.
fucking pick.
Not much more to say.
In the
All right,
13th.
we
This
have,
next one's weird.
It's AJ Brown
He is good.
in the 2nd round, picked by Dalt as well.
Pick 11 though.
So our thought process here, you were so present for some of these, and I guess you were just doing your own thing. Like, it
Yeah,
just-
some of
if
it,
anyone's
like-
wondering, like,
Because I'm the voice of the people. Voice of the
Yeah.
people.
so our thought
'Cause you never know what's
was,
going on.
how do you not talk about AJ Brown with what he's doing right now? But the thing is
Where is AJ Brown?
he was supposed, huh?
He's the wide receiver too.
Okay.
Yeah, he was supposed to be picked after
Imagine.
CD,
Nope.
Diggs, Potentially Devontae Adams. He was right in that range. So Dalt went for him and took him right on the turn. And I just feel like, did anyone truly expect A.J. Brown to just be leaps and bounds? I mean, he's competing with Tyreek Hill right now for the receiving record of the year. Yeah.
I thought Devontae Smith would cut into him.
You have Devontae Smith. You have all these weapons there. Like
Week 3, AJ Brown had 131 yards, and he has not gotten less than 120 since then.
He broke the NFL record
crazy.
officially. So.
And look how much green there is on this chart.
Yeah.
That's always a good sign.
I don't look at the charts that much, but yeah, you want to see.
But also, did you see that touchdown catch he got last week too?
Yeah.
He's just really good.
He is good.
This guy's just good.
Yep. At number 3, we have Keenan Allen in the 4th round by Jordan. He's kind of tapered off a little bit, but he's still elite, so I think he's definitely...
He is.
And now it's weird because Herbert's like doing better. But I guess that's the return of Eckler. I guess has an effect.
I always thought that he's really good, but he's not as good as he was the first 3 weeks.
Consistency is key.
But consistency is key. There's a lot of green on this chart too.
He's the OG target.
He went to the University of California.
Yeah, these targets are crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
How'd you know that?
I just know.
It also says it right there.
Yeah.
But he usually knows this.
It's called
stuff
Cal.
anyways, yeah.
That's what they call it for the people who actually know.
Did Aaron Rodgers go there?
And Marshawn Lynch.
There we go. He's rolling now. All right. 5th round pick. I'm not gonna say this is the shock for me, obviously Thielen, but this one was shocking. I mean, I was shocked.
Keenan Allen was a 4th round pick. This person's a 5th.
DJ Moore, which has also tapered off, but he's missing his QB who likes to throw it to him 2 yards, and then he runs.
Yeah.
As they talk about Tua, but
DJ Moore.
he is on Brad's
definitely
team.
a top 5 pick.
He's a wide receiver 5.
Used to have conversations about him being a top 5 wide receiver in the league, top 5 talent. Coleman saw it.
He needs Fields to come back pretty bad.
Desperately.
So
Yeah. The
He's
3
been
games.
okay, though.
he had a couple close.
No, not really. The 3
but-
games without Fields, he's been bad. 7, 9, and 7. You don't want that for the wide receiver 5 on your team, especially with what you
He's
trade
getting
for.
carried by the 45-point lead.
It's-
Well, he had 25
It just
week
shows
before.
that those big
He's
leagues.
getting carried by 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And those were the 2 weeks, by the way.
Wow.
It happens to be that Fields went off. However, the 2 weeks before that, he also was double digits. So with Fields, he's great. And without Fields, he's been terrible.
But
Amen.
Brad's riding out that storm, and I believe Fields can't be out much longer.
It's if he's not back this week, it's the week after, most likely.
Yeah. And then the last one we have listed is Ayuk in the 7th
Ayuk!
round, which has Debo.
Man,
being
all
out-
these guys have kind of calmed down a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what-
Ayuk's calmed down as well.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Debo
I don't think
being-
Ayuk's ever been that great. It was only week 1. He's just been fine.
For the 7th round, it's been
It's good where you got
But
it.
then
Yeah.
when you're a player on the 49ers, Ayuk isn't the first one you think like that's my plug and I stay.
Ayuk had 2 touchdowns week 1, hasn't scored a touchdown since. Which that's honestly the fact he's getting this many points
Yeah.
without touchdowns shows how, because that's why I think we all, when you think of Ayuk, you're like, yeah, and then they're always using him. He's getting the ball all the time, but his points aren't there. He hasn't gotten the touchdowns yet.
Yeah.
Those will probably. I mean, there's no way he'll get no touchdowns this season.
We got CMC there, though. He's get all the
It's
touches.
true. Even when the team is out of the game, they're still using
That
the.
screen pass to him, I was like, is he going to take this to the house?
Why was he still playing? Anyway,
Unreal.
All right, and then we have the bad.
the bad.
The good, the bad, the
I think-
controversial.
I think number 1 is pretty obvious, and it's Olave in the 2nd round. He's been okay.
We're ranking that as number 1.
We are
Yeah, that's
ranking
good.
these per se.
I think this is
But-
number 1 out of this
but I think
group.
he's calling it out.
I think it might be the guy that's there.
Olave's been rough though. Like
Oh.
he's not been. I mean, he's been fine. He's just not 2nd round value.
Well, Will likes to talk out like how players are ranked and their numbers that they've
He doesn't
scored.
have Olave anymore. Who's got him now?
Logan.
Logan.
God, I do think he's gonna have a good 2nd half.
No one expected that. Like that's the problem. It's just no one expected.
You know what? That gives me real hardcore flashbacks. Okay, so wide receiver 30. That's pretty bad. That gives me really hardcore flashbacks about though. Do you know who I'm thinking?
Who?
Cortland Sutton last year, all year long. He's gonna be so good. You stuck by that until like
These are a little
13.
bit different tiers. I feel. but yeah.
Sutton's having a good year.
No,
too.
I know this year, but last year, all year long, you stuck by that Sutton. But you know he's gonna blow up. It's gonna happen.
I thought it was, man. And this guy's going. Look, I'm glad you said that.
I feel like this is a pretty big
he is Sutton
sample
from
size.
last year.
This is a pretty big sample size.
Hit it on the nose.
And also like his snap percentage went down this week.
He's Sutton from last
The other
year.
players seem to be going up. Especially Kamara being there.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas.
Shahid is their default
Taysom.
guy.
Just him and Derek Carr. I don't watch their games. I just see a lot of clips, and it just does not seem they're on the same page.
He went to Ohio State.
He sure did. You're not getting terrible weeks with him very often, but you're not getting anything good.
Wide receiver, you. No, it just
Drafted in the second round.
everyone thought he was going to be that boom player. So this was the Cortland Sutton of this year, the 6th round hyped Jerry Jeudy that everyone thought was going to make that bump.
Man, I was so
again.
pumped when I got him.
Yeah.
Who even has him right now? Is anybody?
Brad now has him after.
Brad has a lot of these guys.
Congratulations, Brad. You got Jerry Jeudy. He got a touchdown last week, though.
He did. That
That touchdown got him up to 12.
yeah.
Booty.
His best week of the year. That
Booty
touchdown got him
Judy,
up-
I like it.
Booty Judy.
Yeah.
I don't see a whole lot of green on this board.
No. I see a lot of red and yellow.
Oh my goodness.
At number 3, we have Calvin.
Calvin Johnson.
Calvin.
Ridley in the 3rd round.
Ridley. That's Jordan's team still, right?
Which he was on fire to begin the year.
Why did it-
There's a bet between T. Higgins and Calvin Ridley, and they are both booty right now.
Oh gosh, I was about to say
Yeah.
there's booty.
There's a
booty.
couple
There's a lot of green on Ridley's shirt.
Man, we need an update on these.
It's
bets,
just not
'cause there was a
interceptions.
lot of drunk night bets
Yeah.
that came through with Robin, and then there was a lot of I think Brad got in on some of those too.
I
so.
got in on the action.
Ridley in
Yeah.
the 3rd round. Yeah,
We're doing the
that's a bust.
3rd. It's just so hard because
But
he
I
looks-
was
Go ahead.
last week. I felt was very encouraging
Yeah,
because I was afraid that they were like, "Wait, Ridley's washed," and they stopped throwing it to him.
yeah.
And then last week he was back to like their main wide receiver again, so it could still be good for Ridley. And
I just
especially
think
that team's good.
He's figuring it out now. They're getting the run game established. I think people were just kind of pushing him and watching him. So hopefully, it
He's
kinda
definitely
goes
their
to
end zone
fruition.
target, other than Evan Ingram.
All right. At number 4, we have Christian Watson in the 6th round. This one's injury based a little bit, but still he hasn't played.
Who took Watson in the 6th?
Dalt.
A good pick, Dalt.
Yeah, I did forget about the injury aspect.
Oh, this is number 1. This is
I love how Will's like chiming in now.
Fine.
Yeah.
Wait, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know he took him in the 6th.
Yeah.
Woo!
It's just hard. Well, it's hard to overdo because the first 4 week with the injuries, but you felt like Jordan Love and that was like looking really good, and like this is gonna be a big positive.
Got you
And
that big back-to-back 4.
what?
He's got you that big back-to-back 4. That's helping your team out quite a bit.
Maybe he'll turn around, you know. Maybe end of year awards, he'll be on the
Be on
good.
That's what's going to happen, yeah. He's projected 7 this week.
Yep. He went to North Dakota State. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my goodness.
All right, and our last one is Amari Cooper.
Amari Pooper, who's got him? Jordan?
No, Kevin.
That's too much
I
Jordan.
always forget the last trade too.
He was
I don't
in
know
the
the trade,
4th
though.
round.
I'm pretty behind on knowledge in the league. At the
Full
moment.
knowledge.
Cooper, yeah, this guy's been 40, wide receiver 42. Now, in Cooper's defense,
He's
at
on
the
a bye.
moment, he probably would benefit from having Deshaun Watson.
I don't know. He had one of his best weeks with the other guy, didn't he?
No, the week 3 was Deshaun Watson,
Oh.
21 point against Tennessee. And that was his only touchdown. He's been really bad, though. Nothing else really to say. I mean, the Indiana game was a fucking shootout, and he got 3.
Oof.
And there's a lot of people we could put on this list, but we wanted to mess with Kevin.
He didn't draft him. He didn't draft
Kevin
any of
has
them.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what you're going after that. So
There's always an angle.
we'll leave the tight ends pretty simple. The bad Pitts in the 9th round and Waller in the 8th. Obviously, bad picks, no, but they're not performing.
As tight
much
ends
you
go,
want. Yeah.
no, but where you could have gotten anyway.
Yeah, it's
you gotta
what
do it.
you could have traded that value out for is the concept of it. The good picks: Hawk in the 6th, Ingram in the 13th. I just feel that you gain the value based on where they were drafted. So
And we are in the last segment, which is just random stats of the year.
Some random awards.
So I already said 22 total trades on the year. I expect that number to go up a little
Doesn't
bit.
count. It does count.
gotcha.
Closest matchup of the year was week 2, Coleman versus Zach, and Zach pulled it out 138.7 to 136.6. Coleman always has
Yeah,
that.
I would almost say best matchup of the year, just because or
Best
most
matchup.
interest. I mean, Coleman, who needs that win too, scored 136 points and lost.
Olave.
And it happens to be the closest matchup of the week or of the year.
Olave.
That's a rough one.
Oh yeah, Olave stepped out.
And potentially 2 of the higher scoring. I think there's been like other big high scoring, but those were 2 very high scoring teams. So
Yeah, that's a tough one to swallow.
we had the biggest blowout. I did forget that when we picked this one, it was the apocalypse week, but a blowout is a blowout. I scored 145 to Brad's 63.
A blowout is a blowout.
Did I score 145?
Yeah.
I was trying to wonder if I was like hoping to double it, but I didn't know I did.
Yeah. 145 to 63.
And
It
that
closed
is
the
our,
highest scoring week of the year too.
and that is our lowest score of the year. Is Brad week 5, 63.7.
He made up for it though the week after with 67 points.
There you go. big rebound. And our highest score of the year is Dalt with 157.4. Actually, week 7.
That was week 7.
Yeah,
I'm telling Dalt's team it can be crazy.
it can be.
That's what we know.
We went into there. You want me to name off these
What is
Don't
that?
matter to me.
records?
Overall records. That's not really mid-season award. But
Yeah, we'll just save them.
we'll save them.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Well, you're not last.
That doesn't look so good.
Yeah.
Can you put championships next to them?
It's on the normal thing. It's not here.
Yeah.
You're good.
You guys know the
Protected,
overall
so.
records. I have a championship in my overall.
If you would
record.
like to see the overall records, let us know. We can post it in the chat.
Yeah, we'll send it.
I'm
Where are they
not
stand
last.
right now?
Where are they?
So with this year's. So thanks for joining us.
Appreciate you
Coming
riding it
in.
out with us.
Taking the invite.
Is this your last one?
I might be able to squeeze in next week.
Okay.
Things will look positive, I think.
But then we lose Zach. So if anybody there wants to be a guest host for a couple weeks, let us
Come
know.
on in, and we would gladly have
No,
some fun.
I don't want to even take my spot.
Otherwise it's gonna be bro down ho down over here.
Yeah, me and
You
Bilal.
wear that outfit again.
Oh, well, it's over. Pod might get a little looser with Zach gone.
Good.
All right.
Yeah.
Instead of
I'm
playing
worried.
us out with music on the thing, I'm gonna have Zach start singing a song. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you did it on last week.
Why does that always come to my head?
All right,
Like
Mike, go.
4 weeks ago.
And we'll keep on
Kevin, you are not first.
Yeah.
I will not post them, but you are third. You are EB by Jordan.